Welcome back, everyone, to Win Rate 0%. COB here, joined by Adam
Hello.
and the fantastic young man, Bryce.
Hello.
Well, guys, we're back after a very long hiatus. How long's it been, guys? It's been over a month now
Something
since we
like
did a
that,
pod.
like the end of February, so we've kind of skipped March.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a lot's been happening or anything. It's not like we've had Mulligans introduced, a new counter system revealed for down the line, a deck revealed, a ban list, Ultimate Cups have been popping off. It's not been very busy, guys, so you've not missed much, right?
Quite quiet, if you're asking me. Quite quiet indeed.
Aye, mate. Haven't games just kind of sunk into the background.
No, I know it's we are joking. Obviously, there's been a shit ton of stuff happening. We've just had some pretty shit self-admin and time management going on. I think really like
Yeah.
we literally forgot basically for about 2-3 weeks that we were even like doing it, and then I can't remember. I think it was Bryce was like, "So when are we recording next?"
Like, oh fuck.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like, "Fuck knows."
Oh,
yeah,
can I do
tell me
this
about your
day?
pod.
Canny, I've got locals. Okay, can you do this day? Canny, I've got locals. We've all got locals.
I know. And then like Bryce is playing the piece that is won as well, so it's
Yeah,
hard to
man, but
juggle.
I'm playing the
And
I only go to
Pokemon.
one
constantly
locals a
away
week right
judging
now, man.
events.
I am constantly
freaking-
away at events, man. I was at the Ultimate
Aye.
Cup last weekend there. Just
And he was
all
the
the
damn
time.
head judge,
Oh,
right?
yes. It was
Very
very
crap.
fun, a very smooth event. There were no major issues, there were no delays. We finished ahead of schedule. It was delightful.
Is there any tea to spill from the Ultimate Cup, Adam?
Well, there was an issue where we didn't get our prizing to distribute to players, unfortunately, because
Fuck's sake.
the bank holiday weekend kind of screwed with timings. But it's all been sorted now, so no harm, no foul.
That's good, man. I mean, the new event pack's out as well. Was that what was getting handed out? or was
Yes,
it
and the new
free?
judge packs are out as well with the memory boosts and the Chessmon stuff.
Oh, that's pretty cool, man. Because I mean, you said the last judge pack sucked ass,
Oh, it's
right?
houfing. I don't know
Was
why
it not
they were
just
like.
a bunch of Digitamas that nobody plays?
Yeah, it was the Digitamers from the first 10 starter decks. You know,
So you had one fucking Digitama that was actually useful,
yeah,
eh?
which is Nyaromon.
Oh, I was going Demimera, but no, wait, no, that's not a starter deck, is it?
No,
Fuck.
that's
Nah,
BT3.
that's just for myself.
Yeah, so like for finals and stuff, I was getting like Digitamas, and I was like, nobody even wants to buy these, so they're just sitting in my collection. But the new memory boosts are good. That's like the reinforcing memory boost, missed memory boost, that sort of thing. They'll see. People will be
that's
wanting
pretty
those.
good, man. Definitely, because those don't have any alts as well. Like one thing about
Yeah.
Digimon that
Yeah.
fries me is like, see the cards that they make into alts outside of packs. I think they make some questionable decisions on what they choose
Yeah,
to
right.
alt. Like
'Cause they're-
they make multiple alts of cards that are like mid or they
Have
don't
never
make
seen
full
play.
alt arts. Yeah, it's just we were just talking before we recorded about the new regional stuff that's been announced. Like if you haven't seen, there's the new regional prize, and the regional pricing is always kind of mediocre to be fair. But the stuff they've released now is they're doing a card for each of the main protagonists' Digimon up to Ghost Game. So there's the incredible Greymon that gives you a security check if you have Agumon in your sources. So he might potentially swing for 7k 2 checks, which I mean could be powerful, but nobody really uses it. There's like they've basically picked the worst or one of the worst of each versions of the Digimon. The starter deck XVmon that can be played for 3 if you've got a green Digimon in play. Betel Gamamon's good. The worst Grillmon with the when attacking pop a 3k. It's like who's gonna want these, man? Nobody wants these.
yeah, not great, but better
The
than
last set
nothing.
was a lot better, man. Yeah, it's definitely better than nothing, man. At least like
Yeah.
the one thing I would say is, see when you go to like a tournament, especially if you're traveling and you're not doing it online, people like to be able to like make back some of the costs from the
Yeah, for
travel,
sure.
and there's like no way to do that. Even if you get like top 32 or something, like these cards are the old ones, right? But had like some playable stuff in it. Had like the Pyldramon alt, the Durugamon alt, the Lydramon alt and stuff like that people wanted,
Yeah.
and even the participant ones were like £10 each. But who the hell's gonna want Sec plus one Greymon, man?
Yeah,
Not me.
and meanwhile, One Piece gets exclusive promos that are good, that are played, and they sell for a fuckload. But Battle Spirits
I
that's
guess
coming
I'll
out,
get it.
the promos are also just reprints of like starter deck stuff. So very weird. But meh,
I
guess.
don't mind. I don't mind reprints. Like, see if the promo cards in One Piece exclusive. Like, you can only get them from attending tournaments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of them are
See, I don't
some
know
of
if
them
I
are
like that.
reprints, but some of them are exclusive to the
Right.
event packs and stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, Digimon, one thing it does have going for itself is all the cards are extremely accessible, I think. But if you have a tournament prize that's going to be very expensive if it's playable and you can only get it by attending tournaments, but I guess that builds a bit of hype at least for people wanting to show up.
It helps people go to regionals and make their money back.
Yeah, that is true. To be fair, that is true. And then the people who are going to the tournaments are topping the tournaments because they've got the cards they got from other tournaments.
Yeah.
And shit. It's funny. It's very funny. But I've been enjoying the game at the minute. I've work is getting in the way of the real thing that life is all about, playing Digimon. You know, it's been annoying me because I work 4 on 4 off, so I can't always make locals. But been enjoying playing the old Machine Dramon still. It's been popping off, and I played Belzamon at last week's locals as well, prepping for BT12. I don't know how much have you guys been playing, Adam. I know you've been judging a lot.
I'm constantly I've been playing a fair bit of Crossheart actually, which I didn't expect because I hated the deck, but I actually just kind of like the way it plays. I don't think it's too broken or overpowered anymore. So yeah, it's quite good.
He has been blinded by the ray.
I'm looking forward to set 12 to play some Shine Greymon, which will be fun.
Yep.
I've picked up some Shine Greymon sleeves ahead of time, getting ready to sleeve the deck in it.
Those sleeves are really nice, man.
Yeah,
like,
but they're getting
out of all the new ones, the Shine Grey ones are the only ones I really like.
Yeah,
the ones
they will be getting double sleeved though, as they will fall apart after one riffle shuffle.
Oh Christ, tell me about it, man.
You're gonna ruffle shuffle your wait what?
Why wouldn't I riffle shuffle my deck? It costs 4 pence per super rare nowadays. Who cares?
Still hurts me.
Don't get me wrong, I don't riffle shuffle it to the point where I'm bending the cards in half, but like it is helpful to shuffle.
You're not doing the bridge now.
No, I'm not doing the bridge. I'm just riffling it together and then mashing it.
Nah, man, I've been playing the most Digimon here since the last locals I went to was before we recorded the last podcast, I think.
Good.
He is crazy with
You're
it.
on that grind, man.
Need to see you back at Tokyo Toys, Bryce, popping off.
Sure, man.
Why is it that you're not playing so much at the minute, Bryce? I know you're saying you're
because I just really don't like this set. I'm sure I've made this incredibly abundant. But
nah, you have, but I don't know why you don't like it, man. If I'm being honest with you, I think
because Yellow Hybrid can't be played in it.
Yeah, he's right.
Basically, man, you'll be struggling for a while. I think if you're waiting on the yellow hybrid showing up again.
Shine. I just don't care about like any of the playable Digimon this set.
That's kind of me with BT12, to be honest. Like, a lot of people are really hyped for BT12, and I have almost no hype.
Yeah.
Like, literally, for the first time in my Digimon career, I'm going to be playing a cracked deck, Belzamon, because it's the only thing getting support that I really like.
What?
Like,
you've been complaining about it?
No, it is. I despise the deck, right? Well, so here's the thing. I think the deck is busted out its ass. I think it's dumb as hell. The trashing from deck and gaining all these stupid benefits for like literally almost nothing is absolutely insane. See, when you play it, it feels like every time you mill, pretty much you get something. You get something. You'll get a memory back. You'll get an Impmon and mill more. You'll get a rival's barrage or something. Like, see the rate at which you gain benefits is absolutely disgusting.
I don't know. I'm just not seeing it. It's not doing well at Ultimate Cups, which is a format it should thrive in. Like, I'm not seeing it.
I just think it's not had. There's not been enough Ultimate Cups for it because the BT. We're gonna go on and talk about the meta results anyway a little bit. But in BT11 normal format, it's been doing well. I mean, I don't know if there's an argument for it's got worse matchups in the Alt Cup meta or something like that, but I'd expect it to be going absolutely fucking sickle mode.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, you're gonna say something, Adam?
No, I was gonna say let's get talking about the major rule change that has hit us finally.
Yes.
So, God has smiled upon us.
The god of Digimon, Arceus, has smiled upon us. and has blessed us peasants, us filthy casuals. We've been begging for it for, how old's the game? Since what, December 2021 it launched? So like 2 and a bit years now we've been asking for mulligans in the main game. You know, One Piece launched with mulligans, Battle Spirits launched with mulligans, or is launching with mulligans, Dragon Ball has mulligans, and for Digimon they were like, no, you can get fucked. They were like, keep your hand. And then they introduced it at the first ever Ultimate Cups, and they were like, we're going to test this out. And then for the last 2 years, they've been testing it out, and we've been going, please, Bandai, give us a crumb of mulligan at our locals. It is horrendous. And they have finally given us mulligans. Now, the in my opinion, the celebration is not to be had that we're getting mulligans, because it's a great thing, obviously, and it has been kind of on the cards for a while. The celebration is how quickly we got mulligans, because Japan have just released their BT14 Blast Ace set, which introduces the counter mechanic, which we'll talk about briefly later on and probably do a full sort of podcast on when it's closer to releasing for us. But with the counter mechanic, it changes the game about slightly, introduces new steps, and they also introduced mulligans there at the time, so we were sitting thinking, oh, well, are we going to get mulligans when BT14 comes out, which for us is a good 1.5 years away, maybe about a year away at this point. So we're like, oh, it's never going to happen. But then Bandai just went, no, you're getting mulligans as of the 1st of April, which is fantastic. It's so good. What do you guys think?
Oh, mate, it's absolutely huge. Like you say, everybody's been wanting this for ages. And it's, honestly, I've spoken about it on the podcast before, but see, when I went to Bremen for finals, man, and I literally just lost to hard bricks, I was so sad about it. I was like, this is absolute ass. I'm never playing a deck that isn't that doesn't have 40 archetypal searchers in it ever again. Because just playing I took Machine Drum on, obviously, and my hands were just utter garbage in the matches that mattered the most, sadly. But I'm so happy about it, man, because there's nothing worse than just drawing a hand that is instant lose. And I know that originally the argument was, oh, but you can play anything. The memory system lets you play anything. But we all know if you turn 1 hard drop a 6 memory or 5 memory
you
champion or something
lost.
like that, you insta lose, because the other guy just evolves up to he's level 5, and then probably drops a tamer or a memory boost or something, and you've lost tempo and you've lost the game off that. So
I love that Callum no longer has copium for when he's going to lose the next regional. But
now you're going to lose purely because you're bad at the game, Callum. You've got to step up that game and become good again, man.
I know.
Exactly. Well, watch me go. Okay, this hand's not playable, man. Mulligan.
Unplayable
hand. Watch it happen, man.
The copium's going to swap now. It's going to be like, they never should have brought mulligans into this game, as you mulligan away a good hand into a good hand.
I mean, there's some actual crackheads, by the way, in the community that are like, this is terrible, man. The best decks are going to get even better. But I think half of the best decks in the game, apart from maybe Crossheart, don't really have brick potential as much as some of the other ones.
But even then, if a deck is only good because other decks brick, it's not a good deck. It's just a lucky deck. I think the change will definitely see a little bit more risk taking when it comes to deck construction, because right now, your sort of standard layout is 12 level 3s, 10 level 4s, 8 level 5s, and then 6 level 6s. Obviously those numbers change about, and Machine Dramon, etc. is not one of those decks that follow that, but sort of your average sort of going up the stack deck is that sort of layout. But now with mulligans, you're going to see 5 cards, and then you're going to see a new 5 cards. The chances of that sort of layout changing is actually pretty likely. Because the way that the mulligan works, so the way that the original mulligan worked was, shuffle, cut, etc., put your security out, then draw 5 cards. If you don't like it, put it on the bottom and then draw 5 new cards, which wasn't the best way of doing it, because they've now changed it to the best way of doing it, which is shuffle your deck, present to cut, blah, 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 decide who goes first, draw 5 cards. If you don't like your hand, put the cards back at the bottom of your deck. Shuffle it, or just put the cards back into the deck, shuffle it, and then redraw 5 new cards. So what previously was happening was you might have, if you drew a hand of all level 6s, you're like, well, this is a shit hand, but if I put this to the bottom, I'm never seeing these cards again.
Literally, man.
Whereas now it's different.
Yeah, like I went to a locals where I was playing Digimon Terriermon again, right? And literally that happened to me, Adam. I'd swapped down to 3 Digimon to see if I could get away with it. And my opening hand was 3 Digimon, one of my Rust Tyrannomon out of 2, and a Pangayamon. And I was like, okay, well, this needs to be mulliganed, but if I mulligan this, I also lose the game.
Yep.
So what needs to be done here? No clue.
But now it's better. And I was actually quite wrong. From judging the Ultimate Cup at the weekend of what day is it? It's the 16th. So the weekend of the 9th. I was expecting a lot of players to make setup errors where they put their security out, draw 5 cards, and then realized, oh fuck, they've done it wrong because the new mulligan, the new mulligan takes precedence over the old mulligan, even for Ultimate Cup rules, which Bandai did not state anywhere. They were just like, here's the new mulligan rules, but a lot of judges were like, are we following the Ultimate Cup ones? So obviously I spoke with the level 0 judge to confirm, and it is the new way of doing it. I was expecting a lot of people to make muck-ups, but pleasantly surprised that wasn't the case. Though there was a fair few issues with so obviously with the old way, you put out your security, then draw your hand. People would draw their hand and then not put their security out because they thought they'd already done it. So the amount of warnings we gave for that was actually quite a few. But people got used to it quite quickly and it was fine. But it is...
That surprised me a bit. Like, even playing One Piece, I still fucking set my life first and then draw a hand and go, fuck, wrong way around.
Yep. It's an easy fix.
Up so quick.
Like, it's an easy fix. Like, your deck should theoretically, assuming you haven't cheated, which you should always assume people aren't cheating because that's a horrible way to play, your deck should theoretically be randomized. Those cards don't make a difference where they go. You just put that hand back and look at your life instead, and then shuffle, etc. from there. So it's easy enough to do.
I have done it a couple of times since the change where I've put the security out and I went, oh fuck, man. Or I've also had it in a game. Right, here's the question, Adam. What's the official ruling if you lose the game, right? If you go, okay, draw my hand, mulligan, and then draw your hand and you forget to put security out, do you lose the game?
It depends on when you realise it. If you've just started to play your turn, if you've drawn for turn, and you've started to play cards out, if you then realise, oh fuck, I've not got any security, we're just like, cool, we'll just put the top 5 of your deck into your security, give you a warning, and let's move on. Because, like, I think it comes with, when judges get called to tables, everyone gets absolute fear that, like, oh, we're getting a game loss, I'm getting a match loss. But it's, we don't want to give those. Like, those are the cases that we give them out if the game is completely fucking broken and it's not possible to fix. That's when those penalties get given out. But if we can give warnings and fix the game, that's so much better. Now, if people consistently do that, then yeah, they're failing to observe the game rules, etc. But if that's the case, we just put your security out. Now, if you were, say, 4 turns in, you'd already searched the top 3 cards of your deck 5 or 6 times, or like a couple of times, you'd evolved a lot, then yeah, you're going to get a game loss for that because the deck is no longer random, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know,
well, that makes a lot of sense.
Because, like, if you've went through a bunch of cards, you've drawn a bunch of cards and discarded them, you know those cards can no longer be in your security, so it gives you an advantage of knowing what's potentially in there, etc. So yeah, so it comes down to how much of your deck have you went through, basically.
It makes a lot of sense, man, because I think a lot of people, some of my friends, like when they're deck building and stuff, don't follow this philosophy that the cards in your deck could be literally any card at any time. So the chances of it being any given card are the same unless you're running multiple copies of it, basically. So
yeah,
it makes sense to me, man.
Like the chances of, like, obviously Digimon has, security search where you can know what's in your security, but outside of that, you don't really know until you start to get down a lot of cards, where you can go, I've not seen this card yet, it's probably in security. So when it comes to like bombs, etc., in security, but yeah, like I think it is usually quite reasonable to fix, and it's only ever in the first couple of rounds of the game where that sort of happens.
No, that's cool, man. It makes sense. I also like how like you say, the judges aren't there to fucking trip anyone up, man. They're just trying to like make the game playable again as
Yeah,
best as
like
possible.
if we can go an entire day without disqualifications or game losses or anything, that's fucking incredible because it means that the game is, we're doing everything to facilitate it as possible. But like judges aren't there to be the executioner; they're there to be the keepers of the game, basically.
Yeah, they're
so
there to
you
help,
can
not hinder.
Yeah, so you can get on with playing and leave all the other stuff to other people, basically. It's why I always say, if something goes wrong, let us fix it. Like, call us over and let us fix it. Because if you try and fix it, you potentially fuck the game from a warning into a game loss, and that's shite. As soon as you get a game loss, you feel shite. Because it's happened to me plenty of times when I've mucked up, and but like if you call a judge over, they're not there to try to penalize you, and it's never against you personally. It's always just like you've fucked up. This is what we need to do from here.
Very nice. So, do we want to talk briefly on the new epic counter and ace mechanic that they're introducing?
So we're going to talk about this more when the game when the BT14 rolls around for us, which I think is going to be, when do we get? Yeah, but it'll probably be January, February next year that we get Blast Ace, and Blast Ace is introducing some new mechanics to the game, along with the new starter decks, which is quite cool. So we have the Ace cards now. If you don't have them in front of you, you can go to digimoncard.dev to look them up, and we can talk about a few of them. But basically, it introduces a sort of new mechanic into the game, and I think it would be reasonable to say that this is the biggest change up in the rules and the game since its launch.
Yeah.
Because it introduces a brand new step into combat as well. So we've got Blast Digivolution, which means that on your opponent's turn, we've got some new keywords. We've got Hand. Now, Hand has existed before, especially for the Raidinmon deck, but it's not really seen a lot of play. But Hand is a keyword that essentially lets you play cards from your hand instead of them having to be on the field, basically. And we're looking at Metal Greymon Ace, which is from the ST15 starter deck. It's a level 6 Ace card, and it is a 6 cost to play, and it's a level 6 card, which is crazy. It's got the hand counter mechanic. Now, the counter mechanic basically lets you evolve on your opponent's turn during the counter step. So when an attack starts, you've got a bunch of different steps to go through before damage can either be dealt or a Digimon can either be destroyed. You usually start off with declaring the attack and declaring the target of the attack. Then you move into your when attacking effects, and then you move on to opponent's sort of like any opponent's effects that would trigger, and then you move on to the actual battle itself. But with these Ace cards, it introduces the counter mechanic, which is your Digimon may any counter card can now have a counter, basically, which lets you do things from hand. And we're only seeing it on these Ace cards, which have the Blast Digivolve mechanic, meaning that you can Digivolve into this card without paying its cost as part of the counter. So the new stages are declare, attack, declare who you're targeting, when attacking effects, and then the new step is counter, where your opponent has a chance to counter before the battle concludes, basically. So they can Blast Evolve into a War Greymon Ace from a level 5 that's on their field. They can Blast Evolve into it, and then they get an immediate blocker, and then they can declare a block with it, if, for example, or like the Metal Garurumon, etc. It's very cool. I really like the mechanic.
Very spicy, man.
Yeah,
it's very spicy, and it's like I feel like it's the perfect. Sorry, Bryce. I feel like it's the perfect mix of having the opportunity to do something on your opponent's turn without it feeling too oppressive.
Yeah. These Ace cards can be played for a cost of 6 as well, which is insane. And because they are now Ace cards, and it's sort of like, I don't know,
It's like EX.
Yeah, it's like
cards in Pokemon. They've got like a lot more power than you'd expect, and they're a lot cheaper. Like the level 5s, for example, are 4 play cost, when typically 5 or 6 would be considered a cheap level 5. These guys are all 4, but they've all got the downside of, and this applies to all of them
the
so far.
overflow
They've all
skill.
got overflow -3. which is when the card leaves play by any means. So you can trash it as a source, you can delete the Digimon in battle or by effect, etc.
Yep.
The opponent, you're going to lose 3 memory. So if it's the opponent's turn, you're going to gain 3 memory basically as well.
So it's a sort of risk versus reward sort of thing. So say you've got a level 5 black Digimon out, and you're about to blast evolve into a Wargreymon Ace to provide yourself with a blocker on your opponent's turn. So they've attacked, blah, blah, blah. You blast evolve for free. You gain that blocker that you block and presumably kill whatever they're attacking with, because they're not going to expect the counter. They're probably going to expect the counter if you've just left a level 5 out and they know what you're playing. Don't get me wrong.
Oh dear,
but
what could it do?
I know why
out.
is this happening? But like, theoretically, they don't expect it. You evolve, block, they die, but then it's still their turn, so they go, I'm just going to Gaia Force this for a cost of 8, but you lose 4 memory, so it's now a cost of 4. Now, if you've got 2 ace cards in play, like the Metal Greymon Ace, which is a level 5, and then you evolve into War Greymon Ace, you're losing 7 memory. That is a Gaia Force for a cost of 1, which means not only does your big guy go bye-bye, but it's still your opponent's turn more than likely, so you need to be... It's definitely you can't just have it on the field and evolve willy-nilly. There needs to be a new level of strategy that comes with these cards, which I think is going to really spice up the game. We've been saying for a while that, you know, Digimon is quite similar to Pokemon in that you play your turn, then you do not do anything, and your opponent either wins on their turn or they lose, or they pass your turn back and then you get the chance to win, but there's not a lot of interactivity, basically. This is now interactivity. We see counters in One Piece. There are similar sort of effects in Battle Spirits, although not to the same level. Obviously, Dragon Ball has the counter mechanic as well. We're now seeing counter mechanics in Digimon, and again, it's a year away for us, but we can prepare for it, and it's, I think, a really, really cool addition to the game. Definitely the spice it needed to keep it going as it goes into its third or fourth year.
Yeah, I honestly, like, this is something that a lot of my mates have been saying when they were playing Digimon in set 6 or something. Like, even back then with stuff like, what was it? Gabubon and stuff.
Yeah.
It didn't feel great to play the way people describe it as solitaire games of your opponent plays, then you play, and nothing you do to each other matters really, in terms of like, you can't really do anything on my turn. If I'm going to win, I'm going to win. I absolutely love the idea of this. It's so fucking good.
Because literally before, you just kind of had to pray the security was good, and then nothing felt worse than going, okay, I've got like a 60% chance for something to be in security to defuse this push, and then nothing comes out and they win, and you're like, well, brilliant.
Yeah. So look at Metal Garurumon Ace as well. So that's from ST16. If you're on the dev website following along, it's got the same sort of counter blast Digivolve mechanic. So you've got a purple level 5 out, or a Garurumon out, a Garurumon out that's blue or something like that, because it's got a special Digivolution condition. You pass your opponent 2 memory. They don't have a memory tamer out. Okay, cool. They bring out their guy and they swing with their level 6, and you go, cool, I'm going to blast Digivolve into Metal Garurumon Ace. That's when Digivolving is trash up to 3 cards in your hand, gain 1 memory for each. So you trash 3 cards in your hand, it's now your turn again. Their attack will continue, but after that, turn will pass back to you, which is crazy. You're just going, yeah, not your turn anymore. So there's that level of strategy as well now. It's a case of, do I want to bring out an attack and potentially lose my turn earlier, or do I want to just keep in raising, whatever, just go up to level 6 from there? It is like all this strategy, and we're seeing much more ones as well. You've got Magna Angemon, lets you recover on your opponent's turn, which is wild. Lilymon, which suspends one of their Digimon when you blast Digivolve into it. It's crazy. And also, if it sticks around on the field, it's a free level 5. It doesn't cost anything to Digivolve into, as long as you blast Digivolve during your opponent's during your counter step on your opponent's attacking turn. Crazy.
What I was going to say is, didn't they release an Omnimon deck that was black-purple?
Are you talking about the Alter B stuff that's coming out?
Yeah.
That's part of EX4, isn't it?
That's just general. They're all black in that, Bryce.
Yeah. Oh, is it both or both?
Yeah. So it's EX4 that it's the Crest Garurumon, sort of Blitz Greymon, Omnimon Alter S deck is coming out in. That's one of the main hitters of EX4.
I couldn't remember if, Wargrey actually worked for that was the thing. Because you could just throw that Wargrey down easy Omnimon if you're fucking struggling.
What, to zoop into the Alter S? Yeah, you could.
Yeah, just go for it.
It's just a red and a blue level 6 they need. But of course, with the Jogris mechanic, it never specifies the Digimon because that's too hard to get the guy out, basically.
I know. It's pretty cool, though. Really cool. The other thing I just thought of there, I've not actually had this thought so far, but the way the cards are worded, it says counter blast digivolve, means we're also going to get other counter cards that aren't just blast evolution related. So you probably have options and tamers and stuff like that, even that coming down the line.
This is, if you play Yu-Gi-Oh, this is hand trap light, basically. It's not the full sort of, I'm going to play a Yu-Gi-Oh card from my hand, like, Effect Veiler or something like that, and get a crazy effect on your opponent's turn. It is very much Blast Digivolve. Blast Digivolve, gain effect, turn continue. Maybe nothing changes, but with the introduction of the counter mechanic and the hand mechanic fully, and like I said, the hand mechanic isn't new. It came around in BT9, I believe. Let me just double check.
There's a few hand cards. I can't think of
it's
any
all of the hand cards currently that we have in format are the machines, basically. BT10, I think it was. Where is BT10? That's BT9.
I can't think of any cards that are like old that have hand in it.
Oh
no, hold on. Yeah, there is, because the Raijinmon stuff, all the stuff for fucking trains was hand related, but it was all really shit effects, man. To be honest,
it's not good, but the hand mechanic isn't a new one. It has precedence for being here before. I can't find what set it came out in, so
it was BT9, man. BT9 was the first one.
I just looked at BT.
Yeah, the first stuff I'm looking at is
right.
Yes, that
it was like
BT9,
directly after Justimon is like fake Justimon support.
Yeah, and obviously the hand mechanic was not.
So it is. It's Sujinmon and that.
Fujinmon, Raijinmon, etc.
Yeah, but the hand mechanic was still on your turn, though. It wasn't on your opponent's turn. You got to use it. But yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Obviously, it's going to come out like a year from now or something, so this isn't going to be the last we talk about it. But it is making waves in the Digimon community, and it's good to chat about early, I think.
No, it's interesting, man, because we've just got a lot of good stuff coming in the pipeline. Like, I know we didn't buy into this, but a lot of people were going, "Oh, Digimon's dying, it's getting boring," and they've just went, "Nah, screw you guys, man. We're going to put in hand mechanics, going to put in counters to remove the stuff people were complaining about. Mulligans are coming out, which I think the game desperately needed if it wanted to stay competitive." Yeah, so it's just breathed a fresh breath of life into the game.
Yeah, but
I think we're all really excited now for what's to come.
Yeah, it is really cool. I like you said, I didn't buy into the Digimon is dying thing. Card games go through their ups and downs. And from looking at the most popular card games report, I can't remember who runs it, but it is a toy company that do a report on card games. Basically, Digimon is sitting at 4 and has sat at 4 for the past year. One Piece is now directly behind it, and it could potentially overtake it. That's for sure. Yeah. But for Digimon to come in and take the top 4 slot, behind the big 3 Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, to take the top 4, the 4th slot, and sit there permanently for being such a new card game, especially when you've got like Weiss Schwartz and stuff that are still popular and still played, Flesh and Blood and all that stuff. I just dropped a card. Yeah. Like it's not dying. Anyone that thinks it's dying, you are wrong. It is just in a lull, but all of this stuff is revitalizing the community. Also, just before we move on to meta-analysis, as we all predicted, Greymon X Antibody hit the ban list with a limitation of 1, effective from April 1st. Coolboy continues to surf away scot-free.
I know, they've literally just said, okay, it's fine, we'll give X Antibody decks a very cracked card, that's fine. And I mean, I don't know, coming down the line, the metas we're looking at, it doesn't actually look like a lot of the X Antibody decks are like massive threats anymore. They're no longer like the top deck, apart from maybe like Raid Wargrey is the only thing I can think in BT12 that's potentially going to use it, or I'd imagine it would use it, surely.
Yeah, potentially.
But it's I think we're all happy with the Greymon being hit. Like literally, I think I would have probably said let's hit Coolboy as well, but I think that would have been a bit heavy-handed because we've already seen in the meta reports we're going to go into do in a minute that Greymon is still good, but it's not like ridiculous anymore. It's still getting tops, but it's not like the deck. If any deck is the deck, you know there's an issue with the power in it for sure.
Yeah, and especially for the Ultimate Cup format, which we'll talk about today as well. The meta is really diverse for that. It's like there's multiple decks that top, and there is not always the same ones. You know, it's really cool. I like it.
It's actually such a good diverse meta we've got. If we go on to talking about a bit of the BT11 tournament results now, there's a ridiculous amount of decks that have been topping. I mean, the meta we're in right now is really like a triple-headed meta. We've got the variants across Heart, both the X7 and the Merva version, getting a lot of tops, a lot of top 16s. Beelzemon's also doing really well. A lot has yet to come first in an event. And Blackboard Greymon is still doing pretty well as well. There's the information we've got here. It's not, we don't have like any of the epic UMX PO stuff for Reddit yet for the meta, but we do have a good list of decks that have been popping off. I've had the decks that have had firsts so far that we've noticed. We've had a Blackboard Greymon first place. Surprising nobody, it's still good, even though the Greymon that gains you 2 free memory has been hit to 1. We've got Blue Flare getting a top as well. Grandy's Nuts has also had a first. A bit of a surprising one for me though, Grandis getting top because I mean Grandis's place in the meta was basically as a Blackboard Greymon counter. We all know it does powerful things, but it's since Blackboard Greymon's fallen off a little bit and it probably struggles a bit against Crossheart and Beelzemon, I'd imagine. I'm surprised to see it get a first place. And a Merva version of Crossheart has also topped to no one's surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, that's 4 different decks that have won an event, so that's pretty good. And a lot of the other ones that are close to winning an event as well. Is that the other interesting thing for me is because there's so many playable decks, it's actually hard to predict what you're going to be facing. Outside of the 3 we mentioned earlier, Beelzemon, Crossheart, and Blackboard Greymon, it's like what do you prep for? Because how many people were expecting to walk into Blue Flare in the BT11 format? I don't know.
Not a lot
There's
of
always
people.
And in the Alt Cups for sure, Blue Flare was predicted to be top 3 decks.
There is a lot of Blue Flare at the Ultimate Cups.
I'm not surprised, man. Like it's really good, and because a lot of the other Ultimate Cup decks like to go wide, it makes sense as a counter. I think the existence of Beelzemon's really changed things because Beelzemon inherently hard counters OTK decks that don't have protection because it runs like 7 or 8 security bombs just casually as hell.
It's because
And
you
it
get to
also
trigger
likes to
them
go
when you
wide.
mill them as well.
Exactly, yeah. Like the blast mode can pop things when it gets milled. And it always runs for Corona Destroyer or Death Slinger, I think it's called in our
I was going to
build.
say, what the
Which
fuck is Corona Destroy?
That's what he's called.
Is
Beelzemon's
that what you
signature
called the
move
back?
is Corona Destroyer, man. Where was this guy in 2020?
Oh, I know.
But because that, like, 2 of the main decks in the format, Crossheart and Beelzemon, like to kind of play a lot of bodies early on. We're seeing a resurgence of decks that can bounce cards and can pop little bodies. So Blue Flare does make sense. It's doing well. We've had in second place, we've seen a blue hybrid second. What the hell? It's cracked. In that tournament where Blue Hybrid came second, there was also a third place Blue Hybrid as well. Not really running anything particularly new, apart from they've been running the Mirage Galgamon, the card that I was talking about for BT11. It's quite a
The one we said
generic,
was
good level 6.
it's kind of neat, but I'm still
Yeah.
surprised though that like it's neat, but Blue Flare even or not Blue Flare, Blue Hybrid even back in its heyday, the megas felt secondary to the deck's gimmick, I guess. So that's probably why it gets away with running it.
They literally like tend to cap out at 4-5. What is it, Beowulfmon or
Yeah.
Lobomon? Yeah, like
Because
they still run
Beowulfmon
that.
just says, "Oh well, this hybrid I just used is back in my hand."
he is back, and you get another swing. And now they've got the Mirage Galgamon with the effect when Digivolving, return a level 5 or lower to hand, and if nothing was returned, then you can add a card for the top of your opponent's security to their hand. And the Mirage Galgamon effect as well is actually really good for Blue Hybrid because they have lots of ways to bounce through inherits and through the other effects of their Digimon. The Mirage Galgamon has when an effect adds a card to your opponent's hand, gain a memory for every 4 cards in their hand. So on average, you're probably going to be gaining 2 off that. And if the Mirage Galgamon sticks another turn, you're going to get a lot of tempo the following turn too. So that's pretty nice. Was a big surprise to see it. But when you think about it, man, Crossheart having its stuff bounced isn't the biggest deal, but it also does remove a lot of the early pressure at least, which is a big reason why the deck's so good because it chips you away and then starts OTKing you. And then with the Beelzemon stuff we're seeing a lot of, it really helps as well because you're stopping them from milling with their own deletion effects.
Also, in the Crossheart one, when they set up, if they're playing X7 that for the blocker, or if they're playing Merva, they set up and leave blockers on board to pass turn. Blue Hybrid just goes, okay, but they can't block.
Yeah, it's pretty sick, man. It makes sense, and fair play to the guys that brought Blue Hybrid because it's a really good meta call, I would say. Other than that, we've saw Crossheart Merva has had a second place. Examon has also had a second place, which is good to see. I think Examon is actually, a very strong deck, especially now we've got Mulligans in place. I just think it's another deck that is underrepresented, so the power level of it is deceptive because of that. People aren't going, oh shit, got to prep for Examon, because there's not that many people playing it, so it can just scoop a win up.
How do you even prep for Examon though? Like, just be like, all right, better not do anything.
Yeah, it's literally the only way to prep for Examon is, memory. If you put memory blockers in, that's good. And then the other thing is there's certain cards that can cuck it a wee bit. Like obviously Digivolve's a massive issue for it. If you're playing
for
black,
Grandis is a massive issue for it as well.
Nah, Grandis. Or what do you mean Grandis gets hard countered by it?
No, I mean no, because no, not like if Grandis gets their Grandis on board before they get Exa, it's over. As in,
Yeah,
even if Grandis doesn't OTK, it's just bigger than Exa.
Well, the thing is, though, man, you can evade the Grandis attack.
I guess, but it's less than great for it.
They also have it really stalls Grandis because if they get an Examon out before Grandis, which isn't impossible, they can they have to evolve to Grandis and Raising, which means they'll lose all the extra checks on their 5. On their Grand Kawagamon, they can't Digiburst, so they have to raise the Grandis. And they've paid all the way to get up to this stack, and then they're only going to get, even if they can kill the Examon, which they might not be able to, because they're going to raise, they're going to get forced to attack, and then the Examon's going to unsuspend, and then maybe they'll be able to swing over it. But also, is Examon 15 or 14?
15 base. 15 base.
Oh, so it's literally not even going to be able to. It'll only be able to trade with it in the best case scenario because Examon will unsuspend, and when it does, it's going to gain 1k off the Baby Domon effect. So it'll be 16 and they'll both swing into each other and crash.
Don't most of them put in the baby that's like gain a memory when you play something now though? So they might not have that 1k.
I'm pretty sure they all just play the Baby Domon that gains you a k when unsuspended.
You play them both, but it's which one you see at that time.
Well, people, as far as I know, man, people are just running 4 of the unsuspend effect. I think that's pretty much the standard now. And then the other Baby Domon, some people, crackheads, will run the other Baby Domon. It's if your opponents get 2 or more Digimon and play draw 1.
What?
Yeah, that's it's meant to be like a blue flare card, but that's like second most prominent egg.
You run that because it's the inherited says when you play something by effect, gain memory. So you DNA into Exa, play your Slayer out, and then gain potentially 2 memory.
That's the Dracomon you're thinking of, though, mate.
Am I thinking of Dracomon?
Yeah, so Dracomon has inheritable when you play a Digimon with Dracomon or Blue Flare, gain a memory.
Wait, I'm not thinking of Digit. I'm thinking of level 3 is not Digitama, aren't I?
Ah, got you. Yeah, the Baby Domon inheritable is basically just gain a K every turn if you've got an Examon out because it's always going to unsuspend.
Can you tell it's been a while since I played?
Yeah, Bryce is rusty, man. But to be fair, even if you were playing, I don't know how many Examons you'd be fighting to see
I
this.
have Examon.
You have it? I just sold
Well,
my Examon, guys.
I was going to ask, I'm still missing 2 Examons. Have you got them?
I have one. I actually have one. I pulled one at locals, mate.
We definitely might get that off you then.
Yes, well, I'll give you. I tell you what, I'll give you it if you show up to locals and play.
You'll just give me it.
I'll give you it at a discounted price if you.
Of course. I think I'm definitely busy until next set.
Shit, man.
Like
I really
I'll
like
show up and
Examon,
run it.
man.
I'll show up and run it.
Yes, beautiful. I mean, some people run 3, but I feel like all the best lists all run 4. There was a kind of bit of early contention between 3 or 4.
It's always
but
4.
It is always 4 because you lose the game if you don't see it. So you need to run 4, even
I'll
with
be
the
running it at
searching.
3 because I'm missing one, but fuck it.
Yeah, you can get away with it, but it's not optimal. I sold Examon because I just have too many decks, man. That's the issue that I want to play. Like this set, I had Digimon, I had Machine Dramon, Beelzemon. Now there's a lot of stuff I want to play, man. So there was just no scenario where I was going to take Examon to locals. So I was like, may as well get rid of it, man. Like I spent all this time collecting the Examons and just to get rid of them. So
you pulled a check.
I know, literally played it. I didn't take Examon to 1 locals. I basically was getting Examon as well because if I couldn't make Machine Dramon work for finals, I was going to take Examon as a backup. So glad I didn't have to do that because Examon to me is a ruling's nightmare because I don't fully understand when all the effects trigger.
Oh,
so
I'm gonna be honest with you, neither do I. I just have to figure it out on the day.
This was something I wanted to ask Adam. So you use Slayer's Dramon, rest Exa, force the swing.
Yes.
The opponent declares what's swinging before you get a chance to rest something, correct?
Or before you get a chance to unsuspend.
Which one?
And before that.
Exa.
So it's the Slayer Dramon.
Slayer Dramon, where? So when this Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspend it by. Where's the unsuspend coming from?
That's in Examon, Adam. So
Right.
Examon reads.
It's a combined of the two.
Yeah, so Slayer Dramon Inheritable is start of opponent's main phase by suspending one of your Digimon with Dramon or Examon.
Oh, right, away.
Opponent attacks with one of their
Is this
Digimon.
if it's in the inheritance and not just also on the field?
It's got the same effect when it's on the field anyway.
Yeah.
So Examon's effect is when this Digimon becomes suspended, unsuspend it and suspend a Digimon.
So I'm assuming you declare Slayer Dramon, rest Examon. Your opponent has to declare what they're swinging with before Examon gets a chance to restand and suspend something, correct?
I would assume that personally.
A good question. I've never been asked this. When this Digimon
I've been
becomes
asked this a lot.
unsuspend
To be fair,
the process rule goes.
Adam was judging at an Ultimate Cup as well, where Examon was fucking not playable. So I'm not surprised.
What do
he
you
doesn't
mean,
know
bro? Mono green Examon is the way
just
forward.
green, bro. Just green, Corporal.
Ignore that blue is by far the best half of the deck.
Yes, I know. Yeah, we just run Break Dramon. We don't run Slayer Dramon. Who would need that shit?
I know. Shite, mate.
So from what I understand, I will probably need to check it. So you force yourself to suspend to get them to attack. Your effects are still pending, so you should be able to resolve Examon fully before they declare their attack and when attacking effects.
Really? Because I thought you'd have to resolve Slayer Dramon fully, then Exa would have happened, and then you get the chance to block.
Yeah, but so you have resolved it fully. So your opponent must attack with one of their Digimon. That's its full effect. They are still attacking, but you've still got effects that are pending before the when attacking battle phase can trigger, basically.
Right. So basically, say I have 2 Digimon or my opponent has 2 Digimon on their field. If I declare Slayer Dramon, Examon can rest one of them before they get the chance to declare the attack, so I can, in effect, choose what I want to attack.
No, they should be able to choose what they're attacking with.
Man, I'm certain the way it goes is
that was more the question was.
I'm so certain,
before I suspend the other one.
It's got to be fucking Slayer Dramon procs, right? So you suspend suspend one of your Digimon. You suspend like Examon, for example. They go, okay, for example, I'm attacking Examon. Examon then goes, right, I've been suspended at unsuspend, and you can suspend another Digimon on their board, right?
Yeah, that's how I would have thought it worked. I wanted to double check.
It's just awkward because they've got other windows and stuff like that. But anyway, stunlocked by the Examon rulings, we could be here all day because it's fucking a nightmare, man.
I just wanted to show an
No,
example.
sorry,
of one
it
where you
is.
spend, like, 5 minutes.
I just double checked the Q&A. No, the attacking triggers immediately after the suspension happens, so their attack procs. But
Okay,
you will
so
get to you will get to unsuspend
You will get
before
to
their attack fully resolves because you've still got an effect pending.
So it works exactly how I thought. I just wanted to double check because it's one that people keep being really iffy about and not knowing.
Yeah, no, it's annoying, man. Like, loads of people don't know it in tournaments. It doesn't help as well that Examon's never been, like, the most represented deck, as I say, so it's people aren't really used to it either. So I can understand why people don't get it. It's a bit complicated.
Yeah.
Until you know how it resolves. So other than the Examon second, we had the Blackmore Greymon taking second. No surprises there. Third place was that blue hybrid I talked about. There's also been 2 Beelzemon third places and an All Force third place. All Force has been pretty underrepresented right now.
Because it sucks.
Outside the Ultimate Cups, it's not that great a deck. I feel like there's better ways to OTK.
Super shit.
In these formats, man. I mean,
one person
outside of that third has also had not a lot of tops.
One person gets top 32 with it at finals, and suddenly it's a great deck. It's not a good deck. The guy was just good at the game.
Aye, that guy was just a fucking wizard, man.
He was good at the game, or just happened to get the matchup luck of his life.
He must have, man. Like, because
hard
loses to Blackmore Grey as well. So he was in Blackmore Grey meta and he took it and still did well.
I spoke to him and I went, "How do you deal with Blackmore?" And he went, "I've played it once all day, and this was after 7 rounds." And I was like, "Well, there's the reason." Not like, if you're listening, my guy, super well done. It's not a you thing, but like, come on.
He was surprised though. Like, I spoke to the guy as well. He was buzzing out. He's not like, he was so happy with the way he'd done, and how could you not be? Because he's taken a deck that people weren't expecting to be that good, and he's done well with it out of nowhere. So fair play, man.
Did you know what us to put that in tier 2, Callum? Was that no?
I think it's tier 2, man. I mean, it's had in this format.
It's tier 2.
3 tops.
It's tier 2.
Tier poo.
Tier poo. It's still better than D-Links, though.
D-Links is not even here, man. But
Look,
it's
I've
probably
given
just
up on the game. I don't have
underrepresented.
an opinion.
It's underrepresented because Bryce isn't playing it, man. If
Yeah.
Bryce was taking it, there'd be one top 16 there. I
have met one other person who's even ever fucking played the deck at this point. So
there are ones of us. There are ones of us D-Links players, not 10s. So other than that, we've had in 4th place, Melga's had a 4th. It's a much nicer meta for Melga now that Blackmore Greymon's a bit down. So, and it's also got a good matchup into both Cross Fart and, well, does it have a good matchup into Beelzemon? It can bounce its shit, but when it swings into security, it's going to swing into a fucking Corona Destroyer or
just
Warwick Shots.
Hero. Just tech Hero Delicate Plan, Lamal.
Lol, let's stop putting the copium that taking that shit in is good, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people still do it.
Oh Christ. So we've also had Merva Crossheart, a 4th, a red variant, a blue flare. I think that's just running the metal grey package for the spicy OTK out of nowhere. Setcon's had a 4th. Setcon is not in its glory days, guys, so don't fret, but it is still getting a handful of top 16s here, so oh no is what I'd say to that. People have been saying that Setcon's a good tech into Beelzemon, and I don't fucking know about it. It might be right now, but see when BT12 comes out and it's able to trash like 3 security with the Beelzemon X, I don't see it, man.
I still don't. I'm not denying that Beelzemon isn't a good deck, but I just don't think it is as bad as you're making it out to be.
It's absolutely nuts, man. You'd need to play against it.
I probably would, and don't get me wrong, when I have played against it, I have wanted to kill myself. Because it is just, okay, cool, I can't do anything. Your deck's gone, but somehow you're fine.
So literally, I've lost 2 games playing Beelzemon. I've probably played about 20, and the 2 games I lost were to my good friend Lewis, aka John Stone. He was playing Gallantmon, and the 2 games I lost, I just didn't really get good cards, to be honest. Hard bricked one of them, and then the second game, it was just like I think I had to evolve up the stack early, which you really don't want to do with Beelzemon. You just want to play little guys and swing and have them delete shit and get the epic on deletion mills, but Gallantmon can actually do some good stuff against it right now, at least because it can trash a lot of the security when it swings. And he's also on the OG BT one Gallantmon that trashes on swing for every 10, so it's a bit of a counter in that regard. But I'd like to see Gallantmon do some bits next 6. It's getting some spicy cards. Gallantmon's actually also had 2 top 16s in the BT11 post ban meta. So it's cool to see it coming back, and I'm really enjoying this meta because there's a lot of different good decks that have a potential to top.
Yes.
5th places, we've had a Beelzemon, 2 Cross Hearts that are playing X7, and a Dorbic just sticking around.
No, Dorbrick is right. It's a bit bricky.
It can brick, certainly, man. Like, it's got probably the biggest spectrum of performance out of any deck. Like, the fact you could just swing for 5 security for 3 memory turn 1 is fucking nuts, but how often is it doing that and how often is it bricking? We don't know. And then finally, just quickly rounding up the amount of decks I've seen a top 16. We've had 8 for Beelzemon, so that's the most top 16s we've seen. And that literally just comes from one tournament almost, where there was about 4 or 5 top 16s in this single tournament. People taking against it now, running memory blockers and stuff, which can slow it down a little bit. We've had Crossheart X7 variant has had 5, Crossheart Merva version has had 4, Blackrock Greymon X has had 3, Setcons had 3, Bloomlords had 3, Brick has had 2, Jessmon's had 1, Blue Flares had 1, Grandis has had 2, Ancient Greymon had 1 top, because frickin' Mario from Mario's Gaming World showed up again and I think he got 8th place with it at an event, which is hilarious because he fucking just loves to do this, randomly bring Ancient Greymon and get a top with it. Fair play to the man. He's done it twice now. He's shown up and just went, okay, cool, I'm getting top 10 with this deck no one's even thinking about.
I was going to say, that's how he gets top 10 with it, is everyone's like, what the fuck is this?
It's because it's still ridiculous, man. I keep saying
this.
Yeah,
it's still strong.
The amount of checks you can do with one Digimon that doesn't trigger security effects, it's absolutely nuts. To think that it's had almost no support since the good old days of BT, what was it, 3, the original wave came out. It's had nothing since BT7, and it's still able to keep up is insane. We've also had one other Examon that hit top 16, 2 Gallantmon, 2 All-Force Total, a Galactamon, the meme deck, getting a top 16, folks, what we're saying.
Right.
Deck.
Can it be meme though? It's had multiple top 16s now.
It is quite popular at the Ultimate Cups.
It doesn't surprise me. It's super consistent. And then in the Alt Cup meta as well, there's only some decks can deal with it.
I walked past a guy playing Galactamon at the Ultimate Cup, and I shit you not, he had like 2 towering Galactamon stacks, and I remember him because he came up to me during one of the just between rounds, and he went, if I've got so many inheriteds that they go off the table, how do you want me to handle it? And I was like, stack them in 2, like 2 by 2.
Yeah.
And just have one like slightly down so you know what like the order is. And he was like, what if I need 3? And I was like, my guy, what the fuck?
You do not need 3. You do not need 3, man. Like
has he got his whole deck under one Galactic?
He's crazy.
But he got crazy. It. Like he didn't get the 3 stacks, but when I walked past him, he had 2 towering Galactamons, each with about 15 Venmons underneath, and I was like, what the fuck?
That's insane, man. It shouldn't have that many. Like I think the average number, when it gets to Galactamon, I think on average it has something like 8 Venmons under it, which is still ridiculous, don't get me wrong, but he must have dropped a couple of fusionizers to have that many under it.
It was mental.
So it's a cool deck, man. Really cool deck. And it's cool as well that in the Alt Cup it's getting a chance to shine a wee bit more as well. D-Digivolve stays winning is all I'll say to that. Machine Dramon has only had 1 top 16, very sad.
Was it
I
you?
need to see. No, it wasn't me, mate. I've not played in a tournament since the ban list. And there's one next week in the UK online that I wanted to go to, but sadly, your man is going on a date to Newcastle, so I cannot do it anymore.
Oh, where you going? What are you going to
Yeah,
see?
Said that.
Just going for some chill vibes down in Newcastle, man.
You're,
We're just going to stay
you're not going
overnight
to
and
the S
come
Club
back on
7
Sunday.
reunion tour?
No, that sounds class.
Yeah, it does, to be fair.
I'll just go get a ticket to that while I'm down, I think. Surprise
Oh,
on the way there. Mastermon, it said one, Rip Mastermon. I think that was my biggest cap of the tier list, to be fair. Saying that shit's like high tier 2. Because it's done fake all set.
Nothing changed.
It's a
They just
strong deck, but its payoff is the same as what I can do without wasting brain cells.
I just also think like what does this deck do to win? Like it's just good control basically and chip damage. I mean there's other decks you can play that have got similar things for cheaper memory. I think it's too slow as well. Like playing a Mirai for fucking 5 is such a massive tempo loss. If anyone ever plays Mirai for 5 against you, you're like, brilliant, mate. I'm just gonna set up my memory setter, get more immediate value. I'm going to play a Digimon. I'm going to evolve. Or happy days, man. It's great.
Yes.
Go
it
straight to
was-
ultimate or go straight to my ultimate for Grandis. You're dead next turn.
I know, unlucky, mate. It's got a lot of hard counters as well. Like freaking Black War Grey shids on it. So there's a lot of ways around it. We've also had one War Grey X. Sadly, War Grey X just not seen. I think it's also just underplayed. But because it's still powerful, man. I mean, it's similar to Red Hybrid, just with a little bit more control, a little bit less aggression. Melgus had 2 top 16s. Other than that, top it got earlier on, and Dark Knight has had 1. Another deck that is, in my opinion, pretty powerful. Just underplayed.
Yeah, it would be nice to see some of these like more underplayed decks do a bit better, but I just think like we've discussed the prizing, etc. I think people are just not willing to take risks on decks that are potentially not as good for prizes that don't sell for a lot of money.
I know. The other thing is like people are genuinely. We've said this before on the pod, but people gravitate towards shiny new thing. I'll play
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So it's been like 2-3 sets since BT10 now, and people are just like, "Oh, Dark Knight, what the hell is that?"
I know.
Even in BT10, when in my opinion, Dark Knight was a very, very powerful deck. I did very well with it. There was barely anyone running it when it was an absolute hard shafter of Crossheart. The deck was literally made to beat Crossheart, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm still on the Lord Nightmon copium, but don't get me wrong, that is quickly going away. I've not played the deck in a while, but I do miss it.
Just wait till you get your purple Lord
No,
Nightmon.
fuck
mate,
off! I don't want. I don't want the. It makes me so annoyed. Why did they make it purple? Why? They didn't need to.
Because
It could have been
they knew
yellow
you
and
were
still had
watching.
the same synergy. They
They heard your
bastards!
pleas and went, nah, bro. Play it in Master. You're not playing it in yellow.
Like, the alternate arts for all the Royal Knights, I want to get one of each for, like, decoration because they're
very
stunning.
horny.
But fuck off with a purple Lord Nightmon. I'm so upset. They had to go, oh, well, Lord Nightmon and Dynasmon are best friends or sisters or brothers or something. They should both be purple. And I'm like, they're both fucking yellow. Oh, I will rant for a while about this.
Let's just wait till the BT13 Adam pop off.
That reminds me,
Oh.
Callum, you're currently watching Data Squad, right?
Yes, mate. I'm about 3 episodes off of finishing it.
Were you watching it dubbed or subbed?
Dubbed.
So you know what they did to Lord Nightmon?
Lord Nightmon sounds terrible, man. There's like
Oh.
see the Royal Knights. I don't know who the hell they got to voice the Royal Knights because they're absolutely bouffing. Craniamon sounds terrible as well, and he's like one of the most important Royal Knights in Data Squad.
Oh, man, I loved Cranialon, but like just what they did to Lord Knight, I was like, oh, you can tell this was made, early 2000s.
In my opinion, Lord Nightmon should sound like James from Pokemon, and that is Like that is like the flamboyant. I fully think that obviously Digimon don't have genders, so and this is just me being daft. But I fully think that Lord Nightmon is a flamboyant male character, sort of voice
Yeah,
wise,
I can see
and I
it.
really wanted that. And then I've heard a couple of the voices. I've not watched Data Squad dubbed because I value my sanity. But like I was like, come on, man, why have you done this?
I mean, and most of the games I've played, I'm pretty sure the Japanese voices of Lord Knight or Crusadermon and that is always female. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Crusadermon meant to be the female Royal Knight.
I
Could
think
be
it
either.
is.
It's one of those Digimon that's kind of gender neutral. A lot of Digimon are like gender neutral unless you see ones that are like
Yeah, they
got
didn't.
very obvious female or male. Well, it's hard
Yeah.
to put obvious male parts
Angel,
into
no,
Digimon, isn't it?
Angel Wimon is definitely a male character, guys. Come on.
Could be.
No,
Could
but like
be.
Lord, they
Just got
didn't
it
do any
here.
favors with the translation from Crusadermon, which is a crusader, to Lord Nightmon, because instead of like Lady Nightmon
Yes,
or
that's
like,
true.
is there a gender neutral noble name Baron? No, not
No,
really. I
no
don't think
freaking
so.
clue.
But either way, like they continue to do so. Ghost Game is also wrapping up.
Ghost Game
Um,
is done, brother.
yeah, oh yeah, it's done. And we're
It's done.
getting Digimon
And
Adventure 02, the movie coming out.
I'm appalled, man.
Which looks kind of cool. It's obviously going to be focused on David because I think I saw a bit of the trailer. It was like the first Digimon, but like
Yeah, so it's going to go over whoever the first tamer of all time ever was.
but the first tamer in the first Digimon is Tai, old V tamer Tai, and Fat Vidramon. So we might see the old.
Nah, it's someone else, man. I don't know if
I was gonna
that's
say, 'cause
true or they're retconning it, but they've shown the guy who is the first tamer. I don't know if Zero is it called the
Zero.
manga
I don't know.
with Fat Vidramon. I don't know if that's
Oh
even
yeah,
canon
Zero.
anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I tend not to pay attention to Digimon canon because it's very
Nah,
strange.
it's fucked, man. It's all over the place.
also the canon is different between every anime except the first two. They're the
I know.
only two that share a canon.
And
But
they
they
don't freaking make sense because in Tamers they're like, okay, so Adventure is a TV show, Digimon is a franchise, and then in uh Bonds Across Time, which is what the next set's been based on, they literally go Takato goes and meets Davis and Ty and shit. So like how does that make any sense?
yeah.
I
And
feel
then
all
you have
seal
the whole
paper.
fusion fiasco of all of them appearing together.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a cool scene though. Like you've got to give it
I,
credit. It was a cool scene.
I love Marcus punching like three Myotis,
Oh
like Metal
Jesus.
Myotis mons at once.
Marcus is actually stronger than Shine Greymon canonically. Like, see in the show, Shine Greymon loses to Craniamon, and Marcus saves his life by tanking Craniamon's fucking spear with his fist.
Oh.
Yeah, because
It makes
Marcus is
no
the
sense.
best.
It's ridiculous. It's insane, and I'm here for it. Marcus also smashes Craniamon's fucking shield. Because there's like a plot line in an episode, like Craniamon comes back to fight them again, and he's like, "Oh, I have this shield from King Drazel. It's impenetrable," and he's tanking like 500 shots from different Digimon, and then somehow Marcus shatters it with his shield. But Data Squad's fried, man. It's all this stuff they're talking about now is all the human emotions, all the potential inside the humans to be powerful and strong, and all this stuff is kind of insane.
Marcus canonically strongest tamer.
Literally, yes.
Mm.
Stronger than his level 6 Digimon somehow.
Stronger than his level 6 burst mode Digimon.
Aye, probably, man. And the bus mode's only strong because of Marcus, man. Without the tamers, the bus mode doesn't happen. Because that's literally another one of the plot points. Is like, oh, the all the Royal Knights are shitting pant because they don't believe bus modes are real. They're like a thing of myth and legend. And the Royal Knights are all beating the shit out of the level 6s. But then the second they like burst mode, they're like, ah crap, can't handle this. It's too much.
Yeah. Just don't fight him, forehead. Do as he says.
So true.
Right.
Sound.
We went on a bit of a tangent there. Sorry. My
What
bad.
would be the Scots TCG fucking win rate 0% podcast without a random tangent?
Oh, we're gonna have a few more probably by the end.
No, I
Yeah.
can't wait for the next one.
Yep. So, but speaking of next topic, Ulti Cups, right?
Yeah, Ultimate Cups. So have any of you guys been at any of them yet?
No.
I attended one online playing Machine Dramon. It was not my best showing. I think I went like 5-2-1 or something, and I got like it was maybe worse than that. It was
That's
maybe
still
5.
good.
I think I might even get 4-3-1 or something. I can't remember, but because I got like 116th or something, which is like my worst placing in a tournament. But it was just down to like this was the Ultimate Cup where we had 1 week to prepare. There was nobody in my area. Crazy Dylan wasn't around for me to test Ultimate Cup decks with because it's like what the hell do we build here? So my deck list was just suboptimal, man, as I'd describe it. And the ties didn't help either because a lot of it's Machine Ramon, right? So I'm just stalling the shit out of the game, and I'm tying to like other mad control decks. Bryce would be pleased though because I absolutely took a yellow hybrid round back. It was probably the most painful game I've ever gave anybody in Digimon. Like I've just got a Machine Dramon on board that they have to pay 8 memory to out. They can't always even do that. And I'm like spamming Mega Dramons and popping all the back row. It was just ridiculous, man.
Oh.
Why would that make me proud?
Because you love Yellow Hybrid. It's a joke, brother.
Nah,
Haha, so funny.
I need to go away, guys. I'll be back in a minute.
No. But yeah, Ultimate Cup's quite a fun format. I've enjoyed judging at them and watching them. It is just very much it's letting some decks shine that have not had the chance to, do so because, Metal Greymon, Black War, etc. has held such a heavy fist over the meta for so long that even without the ban lists taking place for some of these cups, they've still been super strong. But like cards like decks like Gallantmon and stuff, like they've done really well. We're seeing like Blue Flare is really in its element, whereas it was great for a set and then died. We're seeing Galactimon Allforce hold its own cards, decks like that, which I think is really cool. Obviously, being at the one just last week, there was such a healthy amount of decks. Previously I've seen games or events where it's like, it's all one deck, basically. It's all one deck at this event because it's the best deck in format. Everyone wants to play it and everyone wants to win. And then some random deck that's countered it ends up winning. But with Ultimate Cup, it's a really healthy spread of decks, which I think is really cool. There's not one deck that is better than others. There is certainly one deck that is more consistently winning than others, which we'll talk about, but other than that, it is a really fun format, I think. So looking at some of the Ultimate Cup results, now bear in mind that almost all of these tournaments took place pre-ban list, as the UK one was the first post-ban list, the ban list of course being Greymon X, so just take that into account.
I think so, right? The a lot of was it not like a ban? Was Greymon X not already banned by the Ultimate Cup rules anyway?
No, it wasn't. No. The bans were Death Xmon, Chaos Degrade to 1, Grand Kawagamon to 1. What else? I've got the
Where Garurumon promo.
Where Garurumon X antibody to 0, Cerberusmon to 0. Yeah, those are the 5 changes.
They took out most of the monocolor decks that were actually prevalent in the normal meta. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Except one, I'm sure everyone will remember.
Yes. So, looking at the Oceania results, the top 4 results, in first place was a black base, black Gaiomon, black War Greymon deck. Notable sort of changes to the deck include the re-inclusion of Deltamon and Grumblemon hybrid, as well as Chikurimon, not allowing you to change play costs. And they use the Hopmon egg, which is when you've got a black tamer and play Gainaki. And Breath of the Gods was also back in the deck, so a pretty cool deck. For second place, we have Bloom Lordmon. Bloom Lordmon is the most sort of prevalent deck at these events because it lost nothing with the ban list and it is still an insanely powerful deck, especially for Ultimate Cup. But it's not won all of them, it's only won a few.
They definitely screwed up not limiting something from Bloom Lord, man.
I think the only thing you could limit is Hydramon, really, because everything else, the deck doesn't gain advantage from one specific card, it's from all of the cards working well together.
it's just the power level of the deck's cracked, man. And like, see things like hidden potential discovered, man. I think that should just be at 0 because when you see that card, it's like an insta win button sometimes.
Yeah, it can be. So
it's Blossomon is the one that I think, like, if they were gonna hit it for the Ulti Cup, they hit Blossom. That is the level 5, right? I'm not going.
Yes, yeah. The Digisorption one.
They hit Blossomon, and it doesn't kill the deck, but it definitely fucking harms it really. As much as the other hits hit the other decks.
Does it even though? Because they've got so many options. They've got Agitarmon, they run it 4. They've got Cherrymon, they've got
Argomon.
What's the original Argomon? Like they could limit that to 1, and there'd be so many other options for them as well.
Argomon is limited to 1 already, anyway.
No, talking about Blossomon.
Blossomon.
Well.
Yeah, like I don't think you could hit anything. It's just a strong deck.
It stops the 1-cost megas basically. Like I evolved into my champion for 1 because every green champion costs 1 that's good except Sunflamon.
Yeah,
and
but even then, also as another little tangent, Digisorption, like the keyword Digisorption, fucking sucks. Do you know what it's called in Japan? Download. Like so much. I'm downloading data to make the Digivolution cost cheaper. So much better than Digisorption. I've hated that since set 1.
It's silly, man. They need to go back to that theming of everything being like digital related because that was really cool.
What do you mean? It says Digi on it.
It's so true. It's so digital, right?
Digi discard your hand, draw 7. Oh, it's digital, guys.
You're just talking about the mechanic of Digisorption as well, though. I fuck it. Like that's a mechanic that's not welcome in this.
Oh no, I like the Digisorption mechanic. It makes total thematic sense.
Thematically, sure, but it's just way too strong.
It's fine, but the way they've abused it is stupid. Like the fact now that the deck Bloom Lordmon actually just doesn't care that its stuff's suspended. It gets benefits of things being suspended. It unsuspends the stuff again. It plays free shit to suspend anyways. So it's like, okay, in the past, right, fair enough, I've had to commit free memory to a rookie to suspend. No, I don't anymore. I just suspend my guy and play another guy to fucking suspend.
So good.
It's like, come on.
So good. I love that deck. I've got that deck fully minted now as well, which is nice.
Taking a lighter to that tonight.
And third place from
your deck today, my man.
in third place from Oceania, we have Dorbicmon. Dorbicmon, yes. Which is
Mono
Dorbic, very cool. Cards include anything that is a Saur or a Lizard. So it's playing Gilmons, Agumons, Burning Greymons, Geogreymons, Tyrannomons, Lavogarutomons, 1 copy of Gallantmon Crimson mode. It is a fully, rush-based Dorbrick deck. Tamers are Tie and Hero, and 1 Tie and Carry. And then it's got a fuck ton of options. So it's got 2 Delicate Plans, 4 Heir of Dragons, which is your draw card, a Crimson Blaze, 4 Fireball, 2 Red Memory Boost. This deck's going hard on getting that 3-cost Dorbrick out. And it's super cool. I really like the look of this deck. I don't think I'd play it because I don't know how to play it, but I think it's really cool.
I'll tell you how, Adam.
Funny Unga Bunga.
Yeah, you played Dorbic and you full send it.
That's it. Got it.
You play Dorbic, you full send. If it fails, you draw a new Dorbic and you full send.
But it makes sense against Bloomlord, the Crimson Blaze and just Dorbric's effect and stuff. Quite cool. And then fourth,
Crimson
you've got.
Blaze is so good in that format.
Yeah, it is.
Destroys Impmon, destroys Crossfart. That maybe destroys is
Crossfart's not played in Alt Cup, remember?
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking about the fucking BT11 format is really good at the minute as well. But I know Alt Cup format has a lot of little bodies as well.
Yeah. And then fourth place is Gallantmon, which is good because Gallantmon, I think Alt Cup really shows Gallantmon shining. Obviously, the prizing is themed around Gallantmon as well. The deck's always been good, but never that good that it beats all the other decks. But in Ultimate Cup, it really shines, I think, which is cool. I do like the Gallantmon line. Moving on from Oceania to Europe. This was the European online Ultimate Cup. And in first place, you have Alforce Vidramon.
Yuck.
With 1 copy of Mirage Gaogamon in it. 1 copy of Tommy. So kind of it's a very blue hybrid light, It's also playing 3 copies of Vidramon Zero, which is, not that good normally, but it is another draw card when you attack, and it's not a once per turn when attacking, so you get to consistently draw. Kind of cool. It's all right. I wasn't at that event. In second place, we've got the Bloom Lord. Again, notable changes include an inclusion of Nidhoggmon, that bastard from BT5 that yeets your cards to the bottom of your deck. That my friend and good player, the Ginger Chris, loves to taunt me with. No other changes really from a standard deck. And in third place is a Dark Nightmon deck.
Yeah, Dark Nightmon's been really good in that format, man.
Ultimate Cup Homelands. Oh, this might have been the Italian one, actually. Sorry. Yeah, Dark Nightmon. Notable inclusions outside of the main sort of cards are your Chikurimon. You've got Immortal Ruler, which is more of a Dexter Goramon sort of card, I think. Is it? I don't really know. No, that's your Dark Nightmon option. My mistake.
Yeah, it brings Dark Knight from the grave. Cross from the grave.
But standard black Dark Nightmon deck's pretty cool. And in fourth, you've got another Bloom Lordmon with the Nidhogg entry, and no major changes. No bombs in that deck. No Grandel Sol, which is quite cool. We've got the Ultimate Cup held in. Oh, I've made a mistake. No. Ultimate Cup held in Europe. This will be the online raid and trade one. It is from March 11th. So in first place, you have Blue Flare, using that Zeeg Greymon top end as its own thing. But notable inclusions are your Dracomon, that is your Examon sort of draw one card, but it is also a Blue Flare card as well. You've got your Sorais, and it's a fairly standard deck. It's pretty cool. All of these deck lists are available on the Digimon card game English version, Facebook and Twitter as well, for you to follow along with. The second place, surprise, surprise, is everyone's favourite problem child, Bloom Lord Hydramon. Again, standard deck list for that. Third place, we're looking at a Gallantmon deck as well, and the wording, there's a higher count of Crimson modes, but other than that, still standard. The one-off Gravity Crush is quite prevalent, I think. Just to get you that
started really
extra
putting
card
that into a lot of decks, man. Like even one of the top in Gallantmon lists was running it.
Yeah, and I think I played against you at locals when I was playing it in Crossheart, Bryce, where it was like, was it Bryce or is it Callum? I can't remember.
It was before locals. Me and you were playing casual. I had you on 0 security.
Yeah,
then you I think used 3 Gravity Crushes and 2 Blinding Rays to Nerva kill me in one turn from 6 security, I think.
Yeah, it's like a case of I don't give a fuck that I'm losing 2 memory at the end of the turn because there's not going to be another turn. Because the deck just starts drawing. It maybe should be limited, but it's only really Crossheart that's abusing it, but it abuses it very well. And then in fourth, we have another Dark Nightmon deck doing well. This one playing copies of Kongu and Iron Fisted Onslaught in its bomb package and protection package, which is quite cool to see. Moving on, I don't know if they've posted any of the America ones yet, but we've got one from, oh god, how many? Oh, these are all from Europe. Yeah, so they've not posted any of the American ones. I don't even know if they've had any of the American ones, actually. That's from 2022. In fact, the winning decks lists from 2022 were Blue Hybrid, Blue Hybrid, Blue Hybrid, Blue Hybrid, Lilithmon, Cherubimon, Blue Hybrid, and Blue Hybrid. So it's quite good to see that the Ultimate Cup format has evolved away from Blue Hybrid. Very, very cool. And then,
I hope you find one more topping list and there's a Blue Hybrid in there, because I would be so fucking happy.
Well, speaking
Blue Hybrid freaking coming back, man.
It is. Red Hybrid coming back too, with support in the new set as well, which we'll talk about in a future episode. Yes. And then from this weekend there, the Ultimate Cup that I was the head judge for, the finals, the top 2 decks were Bloom Lordmon. Both decks running very, very similar lines of what you would expect. One running Nidhogg, one not. Third place was a Blue Flare with a little bit of Blue Hybrid Kumamon in there, but other than that, still sticking around. And fourth was a A very interesting Dorbrickmon Black War Greymon deck. So it goes up the stack with the Agumon, Greymon, Metal Greymon line, but then it's also got the inclusions of Flamedramon from the EX3 set, and some like the Metal Greymon Alterius mode is back. Cards that let Dorbrickmon come out for free, basically. And then it was also running in the high end, 3 Black War, 3 Dorbrick, 3 Black War, 2 Gaio, 2 Black War X, and then 2 copies of Ragnalordmon, which is quite amusing. I think that might have been my friend Kevin that got 4th, actually. That got that,
like a deck
used that deck.
Plays off Mulligan.
Yes, the mulligan mechanic was very much in favour there. When I done my opening speech, I was like, just to remind you guys, we've got mulligans fully in the game, and there was like a deafening cheer. So yeah, pretty good.
What we like to hear.
Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty good. And that's it from sort of the Ultimate Cup side of things. I think it is a good format. This format is probably going to stick around until the end of the year. Maybe they'll add, as sets come out, maybe they'll add more cards to the Alt Cup ban list. Maybe some cards will get taken off it. I'm perfectly fine for Cerberusmon to never see the light of day again because I hate Lilithloop. But
bring it back.
Don't bring it back. But yeah, it's I'm quite happy with the format. Obviously, when we spoke last time about the changes, we were kind of up in arms about it. Like, how could Bandai do this? But turns out it's actually an enjoyable format, and maybe Bandai know a little bit more about card games than the average consumer, and maybe we don't give them enough credit.
No, don't speak like that. Otherwise, they'll get a big head.
True.
Well, they're making some good decisions at the minute.
They finally got
the Ultimate Cup came out. We were like, "This is going to be cool, man." I think a lot of people were kind of hyped for it, but people were also sad that they were missing out on the BT11 format because it only just came out.
Yeah,
it was a weird time to place it. Like, given BT11's what, a 3 or 4 month format, given delays and stuff now, they probably could have done it like at least a month after the format started.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
But all's well that ends well, I guess.
But I mean, yeah, I think we're all good on Ultimate Cups. I'm looking forward to seeing more of them, obviously, and alongside regionals and stuff like that.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Bryce, you want to tell us a bit about the events we've got on the horizon? The 2023 schedule has been announced.
The whole schedule?
Yeah, pretty much.
Fuck! I didn't find that.
They've not announced all of the locations and stuff, but like they've announced finals being in January of next year, which is quite cool. With the finals taking place in March again. I don't know why they separate them, but yeah, it's looking like a good year tournament wise for Digimon.
Up and coming ones that are like soon. So we've got Raid and Trade have another just normal regional, I think, on the 23rd, which might have passed by the time this comes out. In May we've got the game. We've got a regional in Italy, May 13th and 14th. One in Barcelona on the 21st, and another Raid and Trade online one on the 28th. So if people are looking for up and coming events, whether it's online or in person, get your tickets ready, I guess. Get ready for travel. We also have the Game Expo coming up in June, right?
That'll be cool.
Yes, we do. The UK Games Expo. The organised play events are hosting multiple Bandai card games over the weekend. I'm going to keep talking about it to get you guys to buy tickets to it. It's going to be a fucking wild series of days for the company. It's super cool. I'm helping out a lot, prepping staff, etc. for it as well. So I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely. But it's what, a 3-day event. We have Digimon on the Friday, right?
Yeah. Digimon on the Friday, One Piece on the Saturday, Sunday, DBS on the Sunday as well. The obviously Battle Spirits Saga hasn't come out yet, but there's rumors there might be Battle Spirits events there as well. It's looking cool. It's looking great. I'm really excited for it. I think the UK Games Expo is first of all, it's a fucking excellent event just to go through. but like it's such a big card game event as well because there's so much happening. Like the Star Wars games going on, there's Soulforge Fusion as well, which is a new sort of card game from the developers of Magic. It's very, very, very big, and it's going to be a great time.
Yeah. Please come along and say hi. Adam will definitely be there, of
Yes.
course. Me and Callum might be there. We'll see because it's still early days. We'll find out soon enough.
But yes, buy tickets now. Decide later because they will sell out soon. One Piece is already gone. Bandai, Digimon, and Dragon Ball are also there's only a handful of tickets left for both as well.
Pleasantly surprised with Dragon Ball getting enough tickets sold to actually run an event.
Yeah, it's quite
That's
good.
Always nice. Other than that, we've got a few online events that have been announced in June, July, and August being run by Raid and Trade. So if you're an online player, you've got those. You can get your links. I think you can get your tickets now for it. Maybe just gonna check.
Either now or very soon.
Yeah. So that's
Always
basically everything on up and coming that has a date, other than finals, of course, which is next year. So yeah, come along.
Yes. Plenty
Please.
of fun to be had in the near future, man.
Oh, also One Piece events. My One Piece players, the few people who are still here.
Bat chest.
What?
Play One Piece.
Bat chest, Adam? Do you not know what bat chest
is? What is bat chest?
It's when you feign excitement at something that is lame.
Wow.
It's a Twitch emote, guys. Come on.
Oh, I see.
Come and show Adam that One Piece, or not Adam. Sorry, come show Callum that One Piece is not fucking shite. One Piece is amazing. Make Callum eat his words, please.
I'm sure the game's okay, but One Piece is highly bat chestable, man.
Nah, bro. As someone
you can bring me back when Tony Chopper gets his own tribal deck.
His own tribal.
It might.
Yeah, that's what I need. That's what I need, man, to be able to play that game.
Chopper will get a leader, but that's down. That's in the cards. Like that's down the line.
Yeah.
Way down the line.
When they're scraping the barrel and they go down to like this sixth most important member of the Straw Hats.
All of the Straw Hats will get a leader. We'll probably get a Straw Hat leader every set. So.
But
might play for Frankie as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
They did Sanji dirty. They did Sanji so dirty.
Sanji's alright.
His leader is shite.
That's because he's shite.
Fuck you, Sanji best.
Giant simp. Big giant simp Sanji.
I like to cook, and he's also the only person who doesn't train pre-time skip because he doesn't have to.
Yeah.
I thought you meant that you like to cook, as in you're going to be cooking up a list with this shite Sanji leader.
Is
it just
did cook up a list. I cooked up a list, came second at the first locals of the set, and went, I'm done. I've made my peace. I'm gone.
I've made my statement. But yeah, we're getting close to wrapping up. But I've suggested we play a new game towards the end of each sort of podcast episode called Guess That Digimon. So I shamelessly
option card or table, right?
Yeah, I shamelessly stole this from another podcast that I listened to for a different card game where they guess a Pokemon. But it's actually kind of a cool little game that we can track and just have a bit of fun with. So it's basically guess the Digimon card. Yes, this can include options and tamers as well. So basically, we've each picked a Digimon card. It has to be a card that's been fully released in English. And what we're going to do is we are going to read one of its effects out to each player, each person, and see if they guess it. Everyone gets 3 guesses. There's 5 points for a correct guess. And you can ask some lifelines to help you get the card correct, but for each lifeline you get 1 less point. So you can ask what colour the card is, how much it costs, what type of card it is, what set is it from, and does it have any traits, and if so, what are they?
Gonna have to go Google my card now.
Yeah, so get on digimoncard.dev, no cheating, and let's kick off. So
here's a question, Adam, right? See if somebody goes, right, I want to use a lifeline, JK, what colour is this card? So say I go, right, what colour's the card, Bryce? And Bryce goes yellow, obviously. You now know it's yellow.
No,
as well,
so
Adam,
I'm asking you, Cobb. You ask Bryce, and then Bryce will ask me. basically. So it's a one per person sort of question.
But will the other person not hear the answer to the question?
No, so they're not answering it. I'm asking you,
okay.
and Bryce is just the bystander. He's watching it take place, and then
Right,
for each
okay.
person. So I'm gonna ask you, Cobb. Cobb, you can ask Bryce, and Bryce can ask me, and we can each try to fight for the crown. Obviously, this is a bit of fun. Play along at home. If you want to Google the cards, then that's cheating, and you should feel bad. I'm just kidding. But right, Cobb, if you are ready, I have a card for you.
Okay, I am ready, Adam. Take it away.
Digimon reads: when Digivolving, Digiburst 2, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to their hand, crashing all of the Digivolution cards of that Digimon.
Fuck's sake, man, I'm lost here. Right, so I've got 5 guesses as to what Digimon it is, right?
No, you've got 3 guesses.
3. Okay, so I'm thinking Digiburst tends to be, well, actually, it could be fucking anything. I was about to say Digiburst tends to be like green or purple.
I have forgotten what the effect was already.
Name of the game, man. This is actually hard.
When Digivolving, Digiburst 2, return a level 5 or lower Digimon to their opponent's hand. One of your opponent's level 5 or lowers. Obviously, it's got the flavor text of what Digiburst does and what returning things does, but you know what it does by now.
We know that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is hard already because I've already got no clue what it is, and I need to ask like fucking lifelines from it. I already need to ask a lifeline. So, is the card green?
Well, you can ask what color the card is.
Oh, that's way easier. What color is it?
It is blue.
It is blue.
Who'd have thought bouncing a blue card?
Oh, that's true. Actually, to be fair, that probably gave it away a bit. And it's gonna be a Digimon, I'd imagine. I had a feel like that. Well, it's a Digiburst, so it has to be a fucking Digimon. That clears it up a bit. Okay, what? It's going to be a 5 or a 6 most likely because of the effect and the fact that it needs to burst 2. So, what set is the card from?
BT4.
Fuck's sake, man! I'm gonna look up what set that is because I can't even remember.
It is the set Great Legend, the one with all of the hybrids and that sort of stuff.
So I'm looking at the card art right now. Right, this will help. So the card art has a Unimon, Wargrey, Geogrey, and Victory Greymon.
I wish I was the one talking to Adam, man, because I already know.
Hold the fucking phone now. Victory Greymon has bloody a Digiburst effect.
Mm-hmm.
But it's blue. Alright, it's going to be Zidgarurumon then, isn't it?
Yes, it is Zidgarurumon from BT4.
Nobody played that shit, man. I'm surprised I even got that. I mean, actually, did people play it? I didn't play it.
No, nobody played it, but I wanted to give you a tough one to prove that you could get it.
That is solid, man. That is actually hard.
Well, you get 3 points.
Thank you. So I'm asking Bryce next, right?
Yes.
Fun fact, by the way, that was the first alt art I ever pulled.
Also, it was
£2 too many.
I also pulled it. It was not fun.
It looks so cool. I think I have it, but it's garbage. So
do you have to specify if it's an inherited effect or not? Like when you're giving the description.
So it has to be the main effect of the card. If it doesn't have a main effect, then you say
it has to be a main effect. If it doesn't have one, then give it inherited. We're also trying to avoid vanillas because that's just garbage.
Yeah, you'd literally be like that.
But yeah, so you pick one of its effects. So see if it's got a main effect and an inherited. You pick one of them.
Mine has a main effect, Bryce. Right. So the effect of my card is all turns. Your black Digimon gain 1k DP.
Oh, I fucking know what it is.
Do you though?
Is it Goemon?
You're fucking joking. How does he get that immediately?
So back when BT4 just released, you know my mate Aster, right? The other person who played Darknet or Locals. He was like, "Oh, I'm gonna run Goemon and Commando on, mate. This is massive brain.
That's what I did.
I'm gonna run this." It's exactly what I knew.
That's what I did, man. That's hilarious because I was running it because Shine Grey was like a pretty big deck at the time, and I was like, okay, if I run Golem on here, a lot of my Commandromons dodged the Shine Grey deletion. That was my spice.
Oh, it's fucking brilliant. I love that. That's so funny.
Fuck's sake, man. I'm like, nobody played this shit, man. This is 3 wins, and Bryce gets it off of a very generic effect.
My guy, that's the only card in the game with that text on it. I told you, I know
Could have
all
been
the
Black
crap
Tie,
cards.
man. Could have been Black Tie.
I know all of the crap cards. I do not know. Also, Black Tie's your opponent's turn. I know all of the crap cards. I don't know the good cards well enough. Right. Adam, are you ready then?
Probably. I'm going to get 0 points for this and show everyone up that the coming up with a game does not mean you're good at it.
Right, you ready, Adam?
Yes.
When Digivolving, D-Digivolve 1.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, when Digivolving, D-Digivolve 1. Does it, like, is that its only, like, I'm not asking a lifeline, I'm meaning, like, does it have, like, flavor text after it, or is it just D-Digivolve 1?
It explains... It explains what D-Digivolve means.
Right, cool, okay, so it's not Omnimon Alteress, because Alteress does all of the... D-Digivolve 1. Man, why did you fucking have to pick black cards? It's definitely a black card, because D-Digivolve is not a mechanic on anything else at the moment. When Digivolving, D-Digivolve... I assume it's like D-Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon?
Yeah, sorry, D-Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon.
When Digivolve...
And I take it that's its only effect then, yeah?
Might be, might not be.
Oh, come on, I think you have to read the whole thing out, right?
It also has Reboot, if that helps then.
Oh, okay, Reboot. Reboot, D-Digivolve 1. Oh!
I know what it is, I think I know what it is.
Is it?
That is a separate effect, that was why I didn't say it.
Oh, is it? Oh, what the fuck's its name? It's that stupid monkey thing, isn't it? Is it? It's not Baboongamon, is it? Oh.
Yeah, is that a guess or no?
I think it's Baboongamon.
Nope.
It's not Baboongamon. He digibusts because I also ran him in D Brigade back in the day.
You fucking...
And then I realised it was absolute boss because you had to raise from... you had to come from raising area to do it.
Right,
Maybe
okay.
that's why it took Commandromon so long to be good. All the Commandromon players were playing absolute fucking random garbage in their decks.
It was back in the day, mate. You had to run absolute boss.
Ah.
Alright, I'm going to ask a lifeline of what is its traits.
So traits, do you want the three, so do you want the...
Yeah, the little 3 under the card.
Okay. It is Cyborg Data Mega.
Cyborg Data Mega. Right. So the cyborgs that we've got. Is it? Oh,
I'm
is it?
Lost, man. I thought I knew what it was.
Is it Metal Mamimon? Oh, one more guess. Fuck. It's not Andromon. I don't think. Not Metal Greymon.
I looked up the card I thought it was, and it's the same thing but
1.
slightly different.
Reboot D-Digivolve 1. Not Mac.
No, I've just looked up what it is, man. You're never getting this shit.
Is it?
This is garbage.
Fucking, I really want a point. What set is the card from?
EX1.
EX1?
Fuck.
Fuck.
Did somebody play this card? Does this card get a story behind it, or have you just picked up most gash of all time?
This card doesn't have a story behind it. The story is I remembered EX1 is the least memorable set. Also, I had picked a yellow card to begin with before, like, and then when Callum gave the example, went, "Oh, I'll ask Bryce if it's a yellow." I was like, "Fuck, am I really that predictable?"
You could have imagined, to be fair.
The black cards that are in EX1, there is Etamon. There is Susan.
Mate, you've got no chance here, by the way. I'd like to point out this thing is ridiculous.
It's not Infermon, because Infermon is when your opponent's Digimon digivolves gain a memory.
This is probably one of the worst level 6s I've ever seen, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he knows literally the whole card's effect.
Yeah.
Black
Black level 6 cyborg.
Is Etamon a cyborg? I cannot. What?
No.
What the fuck was metal? What the
Oh.
fuck was black in that set? I can't remember. The set is garbage. I've opened about 9,000 packs of it.
Well,
Do you want a bonus hint just to give you a wee
Sure.
chance, because this is really hard. It's I'm pretty sure it's undead technically. It's called a cyborg here, but it's also
Oh,
resident.
yeah.
is it?
Looking at him, you'd never know it was a cyborg.
Is it Boltmon?
It is.
Fuck off, man. Boltmon. He's terrible. He costs 4 to evolve into.
So I'm curious. Can I do the yellow card I was going to do and see if you can figure it out? Because I still don't think you would have got it.
I'm gonna give myself 2 points for that one because I technically got extra help.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We can do another one and go in the opposite direction if you want.
Again, man.
Yeah, let's go again.
Oh no, because Callum will get my one fucking instantly.
No, I won't. No, I won't, man. It's hard.
Oh, who?
All right, go the opposite way then. We'll go the opposite way.
Bryce,
well,
ask me then.
Yeah, Bryce, you start.
Right. Okay. So it is. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna get it up just to make sure I'm not gonna fuck up what I'm saying now.
Yeah, you need a picture to refer to because it's going to be some bollocks card I've never heard of.
On deletion, trigger, recover 1.
And that's all the text on it.
That is the entire.
I know what. I'm pretty sure I know what this card is.
You've cheated as well. You've helped me because I know it's yellow already.
Well, you can get that anyway because yellow is the only recovery thing.
Yeah, no other color has has a recovery skill.
I am confident I know what this card is. I know
Adam
yellow.
knows what this card is because Adam played against me running this card several times.
I don't actually know it, but I'm gonna guess it's like something Angemon adjacent. So I'm gonna ask, like, what set is the card from?
Set 5.
Jesus Christ! Don't know if that narrows it down.
Jason
I was
Bourne.
expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be a much older card. Well, Set 5's pretty old. I was expecting it to be even older. I don't even think there's any like Angemon stuff in Set 5, to be honest. I can't even remember what's in Set 5. This is like before my wheelhouse, really. I played the game quite casually up till like BT 8, really.
Oh no, yeah, I remember because you weren't even in the country during Set 5, were you?
No, I was like showing up to a couple of locals here and there. Slightly before. Actually, I don't even think I attended a locals in BT5. I think I showed up in BT6 for the first one.
Well, if you had this, it probably wouldn't have helped you.
So. Oh no, hold on. BT5's the one that's got all the Omnimons and shit. I think I did play in this. I think I was playing D Brigade.
Of course you were.
There's no surprise there.
No. Yeah, I did attend a couple of locals here, but I'm guessing BT. Yeah, I'm guessing with BT5, man, it's not something that saw play if it's got on deletion. Because my other thought was like, oh, is it Salamon? But that's based on your security.
So I'll explain the story behind the card at the end of it, I guess.
Right. Okay. Right. So it's a yellow card from BT5. It's a Digimon. With an effect like that, you'd imagine it's on like a pretty low cost thing. Okay, what's its traits?
It is Ancient Vaccine Mega.
Fuck off, man! Why is this shit on a Mega?
Oh, you're gonna kick yourself.
Ancient as well.
Ancient.
What traits are ancient on a Mega? It's always like ancient something, so it's not hybrid related. That would be like ancient beetle, ancient beast, or some pish.
Okay. So, hybrids also came out in Set 6, so
yeah. Christ. Ancient yellow level 6 on deletion the cover 1.
Fuck,
the only
and I'm losing my mind.
I don't even think this had a card at the time, but the only ancient thing I can think of is Old Man or Barbamon, Digimon or Barbamon, so I know they both had a card. I don't actually remember what the Barbamon or Digimon cards do, though. I will guess Barbamon, because I remember that had a shocking old card.
Barbamon is incorrect.
Fuck, man. I want to look up the Barbamon card after this as well. Well, I'll guess Digimon then, because it's not Barbamon. That's the last on my
It is.
fucking line.
It is Digimon.
G.
That's why I said you're going to be kicking yourself if you don't get it.
I fucking love Digimon, but I do not love this card. I'm looking it up. Yo, it evolves for 2? Cracked?
Yeah. When Set 5 came out, I'd recently played Digimon Dawn. And my ace in it was a Digimon that I accidentally created. So my mate Aster forced me to run one copy of this in my Lord Knight deck.
Just because you like Digimon?
Yeah.
Did it come up?
Won me a game against Gilbert because he decked himself out.
It seems very Gilbert to be fair to do that. So, well, I got 2 points for that. I asked which set is it from and the traits, and then I guessed Barbamon incorrectly.
Well, you don't lose a point for guessing incorrectly, you just lose your guesses. Yeah. You get 3 points.
I'm on 6 total then.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So then I'm asking Adam now.
Yeah, I need a win. I need a win here.
I had a couple of things in my head, honestly. Right, okay. We'll go with the thing I wanted to do originally, right? So effect of this card is D-Digivolve 1 on your opponent's Digimon. Then it's got the text explaining D-Digivolve, and it says if it becomes a play cost of 4 or less, delete it.
Oh, okay. D-Digivolve and then pop a 4 cost or less. Is the main text, is it D-Digivolve 1 on all of your opponent's Digimon or just one?
Just one Digimon. D-Digivolve 1, and then if it becomes 4 or less, delete it.
Right, this is again a black card.
Could be.
Play cost 4 or less, it kind of makes me think it's a level 5 or level 4 maybe. Probably a level 5.
Bryce is snickering because I feel like he knows this with his encyclopedic knowledge of cards.
It's just my brain.
Digivolve one of your opponents, and then it's. If I rack my fucking brain.
I almost think this card has almost been printed multiple times, by the way, in the game. It's like so close to a lot of other cards.
Right, okay. What set is it from?
It's from the first set of the game.
The fuck? Oh! Right. Oh, the Black Digimon, that was the Diaborum line, wasn't it?
Yes.
When... Oh, it can't...
Oh my god, this is funny, I love this.
Digivolve 1, then delete a 4 cost or less.
Quite a powerful effect, some might say.
Delete a power. Digivolve 1, delete a 4 cost or less. The first set of the game?
Yes.
Digivolve 1, a 4 cost or less. I feel like this isn't a Digimon. I feel like this is an option.
You reckon?
Okay, right. Do I confirm if it's an option, or do I just guess? No, I'm gonna. Is it what type of card is it?
It is an option card. You were on the right line.
Right.
So.
Okay. There is only a handful.
Lifelines.
There is. No, I've only used one.
Did you not? No, you asked to set as well.
Oh, that's true. First, right. Okay, so I'm on 3 points. All right. So there's Spider Shooter. There's fucking Looking Back on the Good Times, and there's what the fuck's the other one? Spider Shooter. All of these fuckers. D-Digivolve is the only thing. I'm pretty sure.
It was back at the start when Digivolve was pish because all the cards they were printing for it were garbage.
I'm pretty sure Spider Shooter was like a 2 cost and it Digivolves you once and then does nothing else. And I can't remember the name of the third option.
I seem to remember Spider Shooter being better than that. I can't remember.
Or Laser Eye? I don't. No, there was an option that Digivolved you 4 as well.
That was a Dimension Infinity Cannon. And I thought that'll be a black staple, man.
I'm pretty sure that Looking Back on the Good Times has a Digivolve thing, so I'm gonna guess Looking Back on the Good Times.
It is Looking Back on the Good Times.
Because it was
one of the greatest artworks in the game on one of the worst cards in the game.
Also, Adam, Spider Shooter, I think, is Digivolve 2 and Digivolve 1 and Kill Level 3.
Oh yeah,
no,
it's Looking. Because Gardramon's on it.
Digivolve 1 and it costs 3.
I thought Spider Shooter was good, man, but it's actually.
It's not.
The one that's good is the Diaborimon one.
Oh yes, Spiral Sword is the other one. And then you've got Looking Back on the Good Times. Right.
We also have Atomic Rays because we had 1.5.
3 points for me.
Atomic Ray, man. See, when you read Atomic Ray's security effect, you think, holy fuck, this is insane. Unsuspend all of your Digimon with Blocker and they gain 5k. Honestly, I'd love for them to go back to a world where security effects were just activate this card.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Or add to hand. Like, they're really interesting, man. Like, if you read some of the OG cards, like Darkness Claw and Purple, one of your Digimon gains 3k for the turn for 1 memory, right? But its security effects just gain 2 memory. It's really weird.
Right. So that's Adam with 5 total points, right?
Yes, so I have 5, Bob has 6. Bryce, it is your turn. You have 5 points. You can take the lead by losing most of it anyway.
Can he do it?
Oh, Adam might actually stump me here.
So I
was quite cruel to you, so.
Boltmon was a sick joke.
Boltmon was absolutely a sick joke.
The funny thing is, if I had went with my original one of Digimon, you would have got it immediately, apparently, so.
I wanted to do Reapermon, man, but he's got too much text. I feel like you can't take a card that's got too much text. It just ruins it.
Because the more you say, the more it narrows it down.
Mm-hmm.
I've between me and Aster, we've built every obscure deck that's ever been fucking made in this game, so.
You guys also have the jank going for you, where you have ran the old school jank, because everything was jank back in the day, to be fair. So.
Oh yeah, I was messaging Callum while we were talking, saying I ran looking back at the old days when I was first playing the game. I was like, this is garbage. Why am I running?
You probably just get drew in by the funny artwork of Gardramon sitting with a
flower looking
at Higurumon.
I looked at it, I was like, I like Gardramon. He's cool.
I know. It was actually funny as well, because we're looking back on the good times, I was like, oh, I mean, this isn't that bad. You could just run this as a bomb. Like,
and then it triggered.
I don't know, when did people start going in this game, oh, it's actually good just to run security bombs that aren't that good? Quite early, were people on 4 Gaia Force back in the day?
Yeah, 4 Gaia Force was quite common, especially even in decks that didn't play red.
Kind of mandatory sometimes, though, right?
That's mandatory.
Right. Do you have a card for me, Adam?
I had one and then I had to get rid of it.
I was going to say,
I don't know whether or not to give you like a really difficult card or not, because you've got 5 points. You need to make
sure he doesn't win. This is highly competitive.
I mean, I love how I'm the one who said I'm playing for shits and giggles.
And he picked Boltmon.
I know, you picked fucking Boltmon.
You asked for that one.
How did I ask for it?
Because you said Bryce will obviously pick yellow, so I had to go find a different one, and the only other color I play is black. So
I feel like I'm only picking black here.
Yeah, you've all only picked black, and I don't know black cards very well.
I picked yellow, but sure.
No, the Digimon.
Okay, I've got one for you.
That was neat. If I didn't pick the traits, I'd have never fucking got Digimon, by the way.
Honest to God, when you said the only ancients I know are Barbamon and Digimon, I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't know they were ancients. Like, if you asked me, is that, like, what's their trait? I'd have been like, I don't know, fucking guy.
You said old man, and I was like, fuck, he's got it.
Also, like,
they're the only old Digimon.
I guess for lifelines, you can ask any question. If you want an answer, it'll be a lifeline. I just gave ones as an example, but I do have a card for you, Bryce. So we have on play. If this oh no, fuck. Actually, hang on. Well, no. You get a free answer, but on play, if this Digimon has 3 Digivolution cards, Blitz.
Fucking hell. Hold the phone.
If this has 3.
Yep.
I'm so confused by this because what the hell's got an on play that has a way to slip cards under it as well?
No, I know what this is.
I think I've got a slight clue.
Is this not Attack of the Heavy Artillery Digimon or whatever it's called?
Is that a guess?
If that's, I mean, I don't remember the full name of the card. Have I got is that the name of a card in Digimon?
Well, not Sharky on the name.
The Attack of the Heavy Mobile Digimon is the name of a card in Digimon, yes.
Then yeah, that's my first guess.
It is not that card, no.
He has to read the full effect out, Bryce, remember, so that's also got the fucking rush part of it as well.
Oh, sure, that's all one effect, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can ask if it's got any more effects, you can ask what type of card it is, blah, blah, blah.
The phone, yeah. I thought you had to read out the full effect line.
No, it's if it's got different effects, because you don't need to read out its inheritables, etc., if it has any. It's like one line at a time.
Just picking one part of it then.
Because it could have 3 distinct effects.
Bryce, I think you should get this, honestly, because I've already got an idea of like what archetype this will fit into.
I might, but
granted, I don't know the archetype very well at all, but there is a clue with the effect.
Is it? Oh wait. If this has 3 sources, so it's probably got Digicross. Wait, is this Blastmon?
Yep, it is Blastmon.
Fuck off, man. Nobody
guy,
even plays that in Bagra.
Bagra's army.
No, I knew it was Bagra. That's all I knew. I knew it was in Bagra somewhere, man.
Because it itself doesn't have Digicross, so
yeah.
There's another 5 points for Bryce.
Fucking hell, man!
I know,
this guy's knowledge of shite cards is unreal.
You don't even play the game.
Yeah.
So, do we want to do a third one, or do we want to leave it at that?
One, man. Give me one more.
Oh, Callum's losing it now. He can't be trailing 4 points.
No, I'm just having fun. I'm never catching 10-point Marty over here, man.
10-point Marty.
How's he even freaking?
It's because he's got a phone that he's just cheating. That's why. That's all it is.
I'm not cheating.
No, I know you're not.
Up, man.
It's like I'm the man who preaches Bagras. I've tried to fucking deck build that like 5 times for Aster because he's a lazy prick who won't do it himself.
Oh, okay. That is him
That's
told.
fine. He knows I mean it.
So who's asking next? So Bryce hasn't asked Adam ?
No, we've all asked each other. We can only
so we go.
Oh yeah, we only get 2 rounds. So we go back to the start.
Go back to the start. I will ask.
Oh, here we go.
Callum. Oh, let's see. What do I want to do?
The fact you don't need to read the whole effect, only like one part, makes it a lot better, I think.
Yeah, because you can ask, like, does it have multiple effects?
That?
What is it?
No, I thought you had to read the whole text of the card, basically.
Why do you think I only said on Digivolve, Digivolve 1? Why I didn't tell him it had reboot?
I thought you told him that, no?
I had to at the end, because it was like, is that its only effect?
Alrighty, okay. I have one for you. Hobarinos. When Digivolving, until the end of your opponent's next turn, 2 of your Digimon gain retaliation.
So, definite purple card here.
Mm.
It sounds like a level 6, right? I'm pretty sure this is a level 6. And it'll be a Gash level 6 as well, because that sounds like... Actually, hold on, I've got another hint here. So that is a mirrored effect of the Machinedramon from the starter deck, right? So it might be a purple starter deck card here.
Oh,
I'm sussing it. I'm sussing it. Although, does it actually help me because I didn't buy the purple starter deck? Me trying to think, I actually think it's a freaking Myotismon.
Okay. Which one? There are several.
There's like two, right? There's like Mallow and Venom.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably its only effect. Purple starter deck guy. I love how the only reason I'm working this out is because it's the fucking version of the Gash Machinery one. Who I'd like to also point out got a regionals fucking reprint for some reason,
Yeah,
even
it
though
did.
nobody uses them. Do I just all in? Well, to be fair, there's no risk all in because I get 3 guesses, so I'll say it's Venom Myotismon.
It is indeed the Venom Myotismon from Starter Deck 6.
Yes.
So you've caught up to Starter Deck Marty over here.
I could not think of it. It sounded like a Myotis, but I just couldn't.
I was like, I'll go a bit easier on you, Cobb, so you can potentially catch up to him. But that was fairly good.
I thought that honestly, I thought that was EX1 Venom Myotis, but that one is Bring It Back from Grave, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like it's the Gash level 6 that they put in with the regular level 6 of the deck.
Yeah.
Right.
The other reason I knew that, right, is because I'm a Myotismon enjoyer, right? The Mallow Myotismon deck uses Digimon with Myotismon in their name. So I was like, okay, what Myotis, when I was building it, I'm like, what other good Myotismon are there? There are none. That one is Gash, obviously, because you're never going to have 2 wee guys on board to evolve into for 3 and then get immediate retaliation value off. The other Venom Myotismon costs 4 to go into his get retaliation. And then when attacking, you can play a level 4 from trash, I think. So they're all pretty shit.
Yeah.
The only other good all the Myotismons that are good are, well, the level 6 ones anyway, are all Mallow Myotismons.
Yes.
Right. Callum, do you have a card for me ready?
Oh, I actually don't. Shit, here we go.
Yeah, I've been like I was looking for one, but I was like, I'm gonna stop looking while Callum's got one for me because I still don't have one yet.
I'm actually lying out my god. I remembered earlier on a card I wanted to say. So I can only read. I only have to read one of the effects if it has multiple, right?
Yeah.
And I have to read the more important of the two of the harder parts.
I think you do. I don't think you can just say, "Oh, it has security attack plus one."
Oh, it's got reboot, mate. Right, okay. On play, one of your Digimon gets 3k till the end of your opponent's turn.
What?
That's the more important of the effects. Damn, that's impressive.
Yeah. On play, one of your Digimon gets 3k till the end of your opponent's turn.
And that is the whole of that on play effect.
Yeah.
Wow.
I personally think this is one of the worst cards I've ever seen.
It's probably black because it's giving power till the end of the opponent's turn.
Random side topic here. I've noticed, yellow, right, typically is meant to be DP minus to the end of your turn. They've started giving it to the end of the opponent's turn. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, that's Shine Greymon Ruin mode's whole shtick. It's really cool.
It's kind of gross, but amazing.
Oh, gross, yeah. But cool. Plus 3k.
I'm going to be taking this card into my black decks so that I can...
You're giving him hints? You're giving him free hints?
He knows it's black. He did say that, at least.
Yeah, it's no other colour would get an effect so shit.
I know. The anti-black agenda from Bandai from the start of the game was real.
Kinda sus. It feels like an early card. How early is hard to tell, but...
Oh, man.
You know, I'm gonna take a lifeline for once. What set is it from?
This card is from EX2, and I've just realised I've shot myself in the foot because it's a much shorter set.
Yeah. Fuck.
Oh, I know what it is! I know what this card is!
It's really unmemorable.
It's an on-play effect, so it has to be a Digimon, because otherwise it would just be an effect. Really unmemorable. Honestly, the only part of EX2 that I remember the black cards are the Justimon cards. But I know that there's another guy in there who has his own mini line that isn't a full line.
Yeah, the Justimon cards is like the only meaningful black stuff we got, really. There are like 2 half lines in it as well, though. NEX2.
Oh man, I don't know anything about Tamers.
Yes, punished for not watching the best season.
This is also one of the few sets that I really didn't want to play because Reaper was in it.
Should I just run Gallantmon? Like, easy. Clap.
I think I still just ran Yellow Hybrid and pushed through, but...
I hate Reapers. Plays Yellow Hybrid. Oh.
Mate, Reaper was like the hard counter to Yellow Hybrid.
This is true, to be fair.
So have you got any guesses?
Oh man, I can't even remember like anything about it.
Do you know the best thing about this to me is that this Digimon doesn't even show up in Tamers till way after you stopped watching it, so you've got no chance, man. Well, you've got a chance, but not from guessing from the show, at least.
What is... Oh, let's see. So what were the suggested type lines?
This isn't Jeopardy. You don't have to say what is at the start. Definitely not Jeopardy, is it?
What are its
Digimon?
What are its traits?
It is a machine, which is also good for me because
what is its full traits?
Machine.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is a champion virus machine. Which
virus machine. Virus
every machine a virus, man.
No, because I'm fairly confident that Guardromon is data. Although I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's a Guardromon. Is it Guardromon?
It is Guardromon.
Yeah, I was like, I remember the all art Guardromon. I was like, that's it.
Yeah, the all art Guardromon, man, for the most gash card ever, is blocker 5 cost on play. Give one of your Digimon 3k to the end of your opponent's turn.
Right. I might need just to fill time for me while I go find a card for Aston.
Okay.
Don't make it fucking. Give me some points, man. I'm fucking
not
last place Larry over here. I want something.
I'm not gonna be too evil, but
I just picked a set that I like.
Not gonna be fucking too evil. Picks a fucking random purple level 4 vanilla from fucking set 7.
He goes, you're like that. What's the effect? It doesn't have one, mate.
Oh, that was the train set, right? Okay, I was like, what was the other one you were talking about? So I had to just go quickly check.
I had a moment there. I was like, are they trying to? So in the EX2 set, they've kind of like They like to soft confirm lines for Digimon. I'm like, so they have Guardromon, who obviously goes into Andromon, and then out of the level 6s, there's the only other thing it could go into is like Reapermon. I'm like, are they saying Kazu's Guardromon would have went into Reapermon? Because I could actually really see that. That would be cool. Kind of fits his aesthetic.
What you got for me, Bryce? Give it to me.
I don't think this one's too cruel, but it might be a wee bit.
What the fuck? What have I done to you?
It's that cruel, because you should know this one, I think.
Oh, I know this one.
What? Well done, Cal. Well done, Cal.
Kid knowing, man. Kid knowing.
Good work.
On delete, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck.
What the fuck?
Trash all of the Digivolution sources of that Digimon.
On deletion, bounce a level. Is it what was it? Bounce a...
Return a suspended to the bottom of the deck.
Oh, wait. Return one. On deletion, return one suspended. Does it have a level cap, or is it anything?
No. It's just return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. Trash all of the sources.
This has got to be gash.
Is it Rosemon?
No.
Oh. There goes my guess. Rosemon. I think it's a green card because green tends to interact with suspended guys. Could also be a blue card. Sounds like it's a level. Oh, wait, no. It has to be a Rosemon, but obviously it's not. Lotusmon?
I actually thought, is it Lotusmon as well?
It is not Lotusmon.
One more guess.
I really thought you would get that.
I have no clue how you expect them to get this.
No, you picked the really fucking hard ones.
You pick the
I didn't
pack
think this was
filler
that
every
hard.
time, Bryce.
I didn't think
Stop
this was
picking
that
the
hard.
pack filler. He says, asking about Gardramon.
I don't.
Cardamon had an alt art. You can claim it wasn't pack filler.
Oh, true, man. Everyone was scrounging.
What
for the
set is it
Gardramon
from?
art.
Set 5. That's part of the reason I think you would get it, because it's set 5.
But it's, so it's set 5 on deletion. Return any one of your opponents to the bottom of the deck.
Yep. Any suspended to the bottom of the deck.
Yeah. I've just looked it up and seen it, and I'm very sad that this Digimon got such a shit card.
I feel like you might confuse him even more now.
I know this card. I've played this card.
You've played it? You're running it surely if you've played this.
I actually think he has played it. That's
There's
another
no
reason.
way, surely not.
Rosemon, Lotusmon. I've not. Oh, it can't be Lilymon. Lilymon's a level 5. What's the? It's one of the fucking ladies. It's one of the fairy grass ladies. What's the fucking schoolgirl one that's level 6?
I mean,
it's one of the ladies.
It is
Level
a
5. I remember. I think that you've picked this card because I used it against you at a pre-release or something, Bryce, or something like that.
I don't think I've ever played you in pre-release, Adam.
Mate,
I don't know.
Yeah, if you've played this card outside the pre-release, you're going crazy.
Not going to cut this as a hint. You did describe the card.
I know. I'm just trying to remember its name. Oh, Burst Mode, Rose Mode. That's not got a card yet.
Burst Mode, Rosemon not get a card in Japan? I know that we can't use those, but I could have sworn.
No, it's got a card now. It's not out.
Actually,
it's not out yet.
The Rose Mode deck is actually looking to be a decent like tier 2 option as well, apparently.
Oh god, card.dev just shut the bed on me.
It's got to be that fucking. Is it? I don't know its name. Is it like it's? I think it's one of the Banchos. I think it's.
It is.
Is it Bancho
It is
Rose?
a Bancho.
Is it no Bancho Rosemon's not a card. No, because it's all the level 5s that they then gave like anime. Like it's Bancho Lilymon.
Yes.
It has to be Bancho Lilymon.
Yes.
See, when you said it can't be Lilymon, I messaged Callum like, "Oh fuck, he's lost
He's
it."
fucked it. It's because you said immediately Rosemon as like, oh, he's so close because Rosemon and Lilymon are so similar.
You said I was too mean, but you did get 4 points.
Oh.
That was a fucking spectacular 4 points. Honestly, I don't know how you got to it.
Actually,
so little.
So, one, I didn't play you in pre-release, but you probably did use.
No, I remember playing it, and then I remember having it played against me because some little boy, and I mean a little boy that was playing in pre-release, just hard slapped down a Bancho Lilymon on me, gave me 10 memory, and I proceeded to just win the game. And I was like, "What are you doing?
You what? You're so
You,
cool.
you little idiot! You fucking stupid."
No, but I was like,
you
you're better evolving into that.
Who knows? Maybe he just filled his deck.
I am on 9 points. COB is on 13, and Bryce is on 14. At the end of
wait, I'm on
8?
11. I had 2 3s and a 5.
Oh, 2 3s. Yeah, sorry. So you're on 11. I'm on 13.
Oh right, yeah. Oh no, sorry.
I'm surprised I'm close, man.
Yeah, I just can't add up. Apparently, 3 plus 3 plus 5 is 11. So 9, 11, and 14. Not bad. We'll play more next episode. Quite fun.
Yeah. Post in the comments your own scores. Don't lie to us.
Indeed.
And
speaking of comments,
I was just going to say, I hope that we can trip up Bryce in the next one.
Yeah,
man,
we've got.
He's going to need some solid.
We have to bully him out of first place for a while.
I just know all the random shit. I think if you can name any bad archetype, either myself or Aster has built the deck. And
only meta cards. We just need to use meta cards against Bryce then.
Honestly, you might fuck me royally by You could have named anything in Bloom Hydra, and I probably wouldn't have got it.
Yeah.
What to do is we'll pick something from a current set. You'll be fucked.
Yeah.
Honest to God, that's
Yep.
what I thought you would do. But I don't know the obscure shit from current sets.
The issue is though that the current set shit all says a Digimon in the in like the name of the effect half the time.
Or suspend this tamer, and they're like, okay, well, I guess it's a tamer.
Speaking of current sets, I take it next week we'll probably be reviewing the next set.
Yeah, we will
out,
cover
the
BT12 that is coming out with the Arrestor Drum Online, Shine, Greymon, etc. That will be quite interesting to talk about.
Yep.
Yes.
So we got one comment from
Yep.
the last episode. Understandably, it's been quite a while since we last spoke, so not too many.
Yep.
But Bryce, would you like to take it, considering it's kind of about me as well?
It is from UXO, our lovely friend.
Our friend UXO.
Yep. So, I want to start by saying that before I left the venue in Bremen, I asked the Spanish judge to call Adam over, so I got to say goodbye, and he even commented on the top 32 jacket by saying it was higher quality than he expected. So the fact that he's forgotten this interaction goes to show just how fried his brain was by the end of the day. So props to our gentle giant judge.
I can't remember finals anymore. It's
Congratulations for our shit memories combined. But I don't. Do any one of the three of us have a good memory? Given that we forgot the podcast was a thing.
No, my memory is shocking, man. I forget things short term all the time.
I have
like when I'm playing the game, it really fucks me up as well.
I have the ADHDs, pretty sure. So like I forget things constantly.
I like one of the things in One Piece actually is because there's so much like add to hand stuff right now, and knowing what's in their hand is much more important than Digimon. You should be keeping track of what they've added throughout the game, and at certain points you could know their entire hand. I just forget everything they ever add, so it's great.
Yep.
Anyway, sorry. It continues on to say, I just finished the online Ulti Cup, so I'll say that I expected Allforce and Bloom to be the biggest contenders for the top spots, but I'm surprised with the results. I don't know when the next episode comes out. Yikes.
Oh, God.
I'll just ask your opinions this way. If the ban list has already been announced, how do you think it will affect remaining BT11 tourneys, most notably the April online regional? If not, then, assuming it wasn't the topic of the episode, what do you think will what do you think will get hit, considering as well that Bandai tends to balance the game more around Japanese meta?
I think we've done a good thing talking about that as well, to be fair, today.
Yeah. I think we've talked about it because the event that he's talking about has already happened, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
I was going to say it'll be hard as well, because do we talk about it in what we thought would have been hit, or do we talk about it in like how it's affected it now?
Oh no, the April online regionals
beforehand, I would have just said Cool Boy and Great X.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, man, it would have probably been too heavy-handed.
Well, the April online regionals is next week.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Yeah, we will see. It's just Blackwar that's got a hit, so really, I think we'll see.
I mean, it's basically the changes to the meta it's done is it's really opened things up a lot for a lot of decks to come in. And then, I mean, now we've got the bloody Beelzemon, Crossheart, a little bit of Blackwar Greymon meta as well. So other than that, the decks that you could run into are really, really wide in their variety.
Yeah, because a lot of what we said was tier 2 was specifically because Blackwar hammered it.
Yeah.
So a lot of those decks might come up with surprise top 16s because they're not nearly as high a Blackwar rep, and it's not nearly as strong.
Like you can bump into a Melga quite easily again now. Security controls playable. There's 1,000,001 different decks really. But basically just tech for Beelzemon and Crossheart. Run memory blockers and can't they just play cost cards now? If you can.
Yeah.
If you've got skill. Do you remember what UXO was playing at finals? Because chances are it's probably the same.
Crossheart. It was Crossheart.
Crossheart. Well then I guess hope people don't run those cards.
Yeah.
I know. Even the thing is though, like you can run these floodgate cards against Beelzemon and Crossheart, but it's more like a little. I even wonder how good they are sometimes, because if they have the out to it, it's just minus tempo for you. Like Beelzemon goes, okay, cool. So you've played your memory blocker. That's a little bit annoying. I don't gain my 1 or 2 free memory from my effects. But they can also just evolve the new Warping Impmon into a Witchmon, and it immediately outs the floodgate because it trashes the cards, and when a card's trashed, the Impmon that warps as the inherit will pop a level 3. So it was nice of Bandai to also just give them an easy out for the floodgates as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
UXO wraps up by saying, for those wondering what it feels like to be deck checked by Adam, imagine the Big Show coming to you as a face asking for your deck, then coming back 10 minutes later as a heel telling you to change your sleeves. I can only
that is a funny reference.
So I can only apologize. Whenever I have to ask someone to change their sleeves, I fully expect people to get absolutely raging at me for no reason. We did have a situation at finals, which I'm not going to go into too much because we're not meant to talk about it. But we had an angry player that was asked to change their sleeves, and he was very, very annoyed with us, despite the fact that we did provide him with sleeves in his participation kit. But yeah, I was expecting that reaction. Adam? Yeah, it was at finals. But like,
also, you get the free sleeves there, man.
The sleeve regulations are made very clear before you go to an event. Like sometimes you have slightly too opaque sleeves. Oh well, but no point getting mad about it.
But we didn't have that any issues at the Alt Cup actually, and we were selling tournament deck sleeves, so they came with fully opaque black sleeves and then a set of clouded inner sleeves as well for a tenner, and it was class. Like, so many people bought them because they were like, we're not going to have any issues. It was really good. But yeah, when it comes to events and stuff, it takes a good couple of events for me to remember faces on site. So each time that I spoke to you, UXO, I processed you as a completely different person each time, basically. I will remember faces eventually. It does take a while.
Adam, see, next time you do this, you need to play the Big Show's theme. Like, walk out like,
I'll wear the unitard. I'll wear everything. I'll shave my head.
Good. Cosplay Big Show at the next event.
Absolutely.
I think it's funny as well because one of the things UXO was talking about there, the Big Show is famous for swapping between being a good guy and a bad guy constantly, man. He's always changing.
Well, yeah, that'll be me.
The Big Show.
You don't know who the Big Show is?
He's only the biggest show in WWE, or it was the biggest guy like in 2006.
Yeah, he's just a wrestler.
But imagine Shaq, but white. He's basically that.
He's a giant bald guy with a beard. He's like 7'3" or some shit. And he's like, for years he was like really overweight and obviously strong, but he was quite overweight. And he's like recently, in the last couple of years, he was actually, I think he was meant to be fighting Shaq at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think so.
For years. And it was dead sad because the Big Show lost loads of weight and got into really amazing shape for it. And then the Shaq pulled out on him. He's like, fuck, I've done all this work.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that wraps us up for the return to the podcast. Hopefully we'll be a wee bit more consistent for you guys. But thank you very much for tuning in regardless. Been a bit of a longer episode as we've caught up on things. Next week, next episode, we'll be talking about the BT12 set release. It has been a wee bit delayed, but it's still enough to talk about. And then on from there, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Thank you for watching. If you're watching on the Scots TCG channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, all that sort of thing. Let us know. Oh yeah, question of the week. We need question of the week. What do we want?
What is your favourite shit Digimon card?
Yeah, tell us your
story behind it.
Mine's is Lord Nightmon. Yeah, tell us your favourite.
They're not shit. Hidden gems.
Yeah.
Hidden gem.
Tell us your hidden gem Digimon card. Cards that you think might pop off at one point or have popped off, but not so much anymore. Let us know. And yeah, we will see you very much soon. See you next time. Yeah, that's it from us, guys.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. Much appreciated.
Bye for now, guys.
Bye.
Bye.